Let's go.
Hello.
And we're back.
Hello.
All right. Who wants to recap last time?
Hell
Ooh,
yeah.
snakes.
So, we started right after the fucking ritual, and we're like, yo, Kane's like, yo, there's a snake issue in Morr, and we're like, we should deal with it. So we go to leave the Howling Plains, and we see Flying Mortar and Pestle, and they're the woman, the myth, the legend, Auntie Nettle, Granny Nettle. And she's like, hey, I felt something, came check it out. Also, can you guys give me a hand? I have this huge list of things for potion making. Totally like casual, pick it up if you can, like whatever. And she'll teach some of us, in the potion master Alsana herself, some potion recipes and maybe like get some samples if we like keep doing it. So it's a fun little side quest. Alsana checks out some of the ingredients. They're odd, and we realize we may have like some of them like the dragony stuff because we had the green dragon shrine. That's so we start the walk to the Morr Marsh. It's hot and humid because it's the south. It's summer. It's. But we realize like in the area there's a lot of like useful moss. There's some lichen and fungi, etc. And Dalsana's like, yo, is there a doctor in Morr? Because those snakes, they're poisonous, yo. And Kane's like, there's Cuthbert. He pronounced it either way. And Dalsana's like, oh fuck. But apparently Cuthbert does have some skill because he extracted some of the snake poisons when Kanan called it to Moy to him before the shrine. Um, and may have an antitoxin in the work. We don't know, but apparently snakes keep coming. So Asana like goes to commune with nature with the marsh and like the 3 mile radius. It's not much. There's not much. Um, and we get a weather report for tomorrow. It's supposed to be like some light drizzle. The dice have spoke. So we end up heading to Morr. We go to sleep. Kane sleeping in a boat. Kane dreams of getting bit by a snake, and looky here, wakes up. There's a. We go into a big snake fight initiative. They're going into houses. They're in swarms. We're like, what the fuck is all this? But we deal with it kind of well. Snakes are dead. We check all the houses. There's an injured tiefling lady, and no one else seems injured. But we help her out. We heal her up. She's all good. Uh, and apparently the snakes had never come back like that fast and had swarms. So we're like, what the fuck? And never went into houses. Apparently snakes are afraid of houses. So we give some snake corpses to Osana, some to Cuthbert, and Kane suggests like to move the village. Like, I don't know, move it, be a little bit nomadic for a little bit till we take care of it. But there's no near way to go except like Tanager, and that's across the river. So they're like, I don't know, we'll deal. It's fine. We meet a dog. I took a
The
lot of
best
notes.
dog.
A dog, and they're Gilligan's family. There's big family. There's a pregnant lady, and Alsana's like, "You need help?" And she's like, "No, I can give birth. I've had kids. We're good." Um, During the night, Kane stays on watch with others in the town. We all go to sleep, but then night goes on peace. Alsana's just like, "Hey, maybe a creature is fucking with these snakes. What about that?" Usually hags or magic items can cause these swarms, but regionally, if a very powerful creature's moved in, that could be on the nose. Something's up, bro. Um, the morning comes. It is drizzly, as the weather report suggests. Someone's calling up to the town and be like, "Hello, Morr." Awesome. It's this gangly humanoid. We're like, "Yo, his name's Their name's Shuli. They're a merchant, and they're like, I got some wares. If you have wares to trade." He's seen some. They've seen some snakes. They're not like mad. They're not swarms. They're just. So we get some food from Alsana. Thank you, Alsana. And Alsana's trying to figure out Shuli's race because it's Alsana. So we get some really good stuff from this person. Holy shit. And we try and figure out, like, Asana's still trying to figure that shit out. Detect good and evil. Not sure. It's not an illusion. And Asana talks to some frogs. It's frog mating season, so they can't really say much. Um, Teeth. And we're planning on dealing with the snakes, borrowing Tulloch's boat, and we've disembarked. So the older ladies of the village, we got information about the shrine. The older ladies have been using the shrine to help them feel stronger, and we're on our way to go check that shit out because whatever's making them feel strong may make the snakes a little bit buffer, and that's scary because snakes don't have arms. Okay, that's it.
I think it's just the one old lady, right?
It said older ladies because there's Sylvia, and then there's the pregnant lady's mother or mother-in-law. So there's at least two.
Mhm.
I think
Yep.
Kenny Oliver brought Sylvia, but I can't confirm that.
Mm.
Okay, I
Kane,
had, but
typically Sylvia. She was the most frequent visitor, but honestly, if somebody really had an injury that they kind of wanted to speed up a little bit, or if there was a cold Cuthbert was really struggling with on somebody, or just any of those little things that just aren't quite going away with traditional remedies, you might have punted them out there and back again. It just kind of helped in general.
Seems at least an interesting place to start.
Yep.
and
So,
we know where it is.
time to get all these motherfucking snakes out of my motherfucking swamp.
All right. You have your two borrowed boats.
Yeah.
Shallow vessels, uh, mainly directed and guided by use of a long pole. Occasionally, you pull out an oar instead, just for the spots where the swamp actually gets deep. Though, honestly, for the most part, you could very likely, well, most of you could very likely wade through the swamp if you didn't mind getting the swamp water up to your waist, if not to your middle chest. Uh,
Alsana looks at the group and goes, "If anyone wants me to cast it, I can have you all walk on water,
We could, but
like back on our trip to the island."
could, but nice thing about a boat is if there's anything under the water that likes to eat things on top of the water, it keeps you safe.
Yeah, I don't think our feet. I think our feet would get nibbled if we
I don't
run
mean
into
right
something.
this instance, but it's an option.
Oh, I know. It's a good option. I mean, for right now, though. But it's always treated me right, so I trust them.
I don't think you've had much of an option to try the alternative, so she just shrugs.
Just shrugs and I assume the setup is basically like two boats tied front to back, and
Yep.
Kane in the front with probably Alaris and Calda and Alsana in the back because if Calda dips in the water, Alsana can get her out because
Yeah.
Calda can't swim with all that armor.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm the one at risk of falling and it not being wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep.
So yeah, Alaris will change his weapon into a heavy crossbow.
All right.
Kane will kind of just set up the boats, get them ready, and as he starts punting his way, he'll make his typical casual commentary of swamp and any interesting fun things he sees.
Okay then. So, as this tiny little boat procession heads on through the swamp, Kane, you have gone this way dozens of times before, at the very least. You know your route. There is slightly dim, cloud dimmed sunlight streaming uh, through the vegetation overhead. Trees grow directly from the water in many parts. Occasionally, you'll see a small rise of soggy land, also topped with trees. As the boats proceed, they part numerous water lilies and floating vegetation of various kinds and sizes, from great broad leaves that are larger than the span of Kane's own hand to tiny little specks of green just floating in the water. It is still, but not quiet. You hear a constant buzz of insects, croak of frogs. Occasionally, you hear a splash somewhere in the distance. some creature emerging from the water, falling into it. You hear birds piping in the treetops. You see them flutter about. Occasionally, you may see a waterfowl drifting on the surface of the water. Occasionally, you'll see one dive down.
Alsana will throw a cracker at some ducks.
All right. You throw a
See over
cracker.
there.
Can you
Yeah.
recognize this particular species as something called a moorhen or a swamp chicken? It's not
Perfect.
actually a chicken. It's far closer to a duck, but they're good eating.
If you're in rush hour, everything's chicken.
Mhm.
It's kind of just as he's going. As we see over there, the vicious man-eating bird gesturing towards the moorhen,
With the most
known to be able to.
adorable bill I've ever seen. Oh, look at them.
Oh, absolutely. They're
Hmm.
able to pick apart a human body in roughly a day and a half. They usually leave them as offerings for the local crocodilians. Sometimes they keep them as little huts for themselves and use the skulls as places to lay their eggs. And over there we see the peaceful crocodile. Never hurt a soul. Just
I'm
continues
assuming
putting
that
them on.
whether any of you believe him or not is up to you. If you want to roll a performance check of any kind or deception, you be my guest, but I assume that you're
Hey!
being. Oh, hey.
Oh,
Hey.
He's not trying to be believed. He's trying to be entertained, to be fair.
Yep. And at the very least, he occasionally pulls out some little nugget that's funny in a startling way. Um, as he spins yarns about the feeding habits of that kingfisher over there.
Alsana has a passive nature of 20. She knows he's full of shit.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
he's not trying to be serious.
It was never in doubt.
Yeah.
But hey, he's kind of having fun with it. And it's honestly better than just listening to the drone of everything in the swamp as you punt along in what would otherwise be silence.
Well, calming nature sounds silence, but everyone has their opinion.
Very well. So, as you're going along, weaving between the trees, pushing your way through weeds, avoiding all of the hidden banks where just under the water there's enough land, there's enough rising roots to cause an accident with a boat. Let's go ahead and have everybody give me a perception check.
Can't have any kind of bonus or
Perception.
lower DC in this, or
Mm, no, it's just as you're passing along,
Is
looking
this
around.
a perception of sight? Because I'm going to be using the as an eagle.
It is sight, yes.
Would guidance be
Okay.
applicable, or
17.
You're in enough of a habit of just putting guidance on yourself when you do stuff, I'll allow it.
all right, 16.
All right. 16 and 17. Calda, you're kind of focused on keeping your balance in this boat as it occasionally rocks just a little bit due to the tug of the rope, especially when Kane goes around corners and your boat kind of trails and drifts, kind of fishtails a little bit behind.
yep, watch the footing.
Yep. Kane, you're mostly focused on finding your way, avoiding those little hazards of terrain that you know about. You're aware of everything around, but you're not really focusing on the surroundings themselves.
yeah, he's got a Lars in the boat. He feels confident.
Yep. Elaris and Alsana, you're paying a bit more attention. Alsana specifically to the sounds and sights of nature, the movement of creatures. Elaris just to surroundings in general as you cradle your heavy crossbow. You two are the first to notice when wildlife becomes more and more scarce. The drone of the insects never stops, but you see and hear fewer birds. There are no moorhens paddling about, no kingfishers diving from the trees. You stop hearing the splash of fish. You no longer look around seeing what seems to be a half-submerged log, only to realize, oh, that's a snout. Everything seems to have made itself scarce.
Can, as this is kind of being realized, can Asana do a ritual commune with nature?
It is unfortunately about this point that you also realize something else.
Okay.
There is a heavy splash back behind the boats. You look around and you see a ripple in the water, heading swiftly towards you. Another splash further away. Another ripple. A splash just off to the side, and another just ahead. I'm going to move everybody to the map,
Oh boy.
and you're going to roll some initiative. As you realize there are some long, very large serpentine bodies heading directly towards you.
Hey.
Oh boy.
lovely.
And we were going southwards.
You are heading this way. Kane,
Okay,
you're at
cool.
the back of this boat because you are punting right now. Ilaris, you're at the front.
And he's gonna, yeah. 9, of course.
9.
Lovely.
Nice.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's
How did
Interesting.
we all just?
Alaris Kane Alsana?
Uh, yeah, I have a 16.
Yeah. Is that new Alsana art? That looks nice.
That is new.
Very
also.
nice. Interesting.
Zooming in immensely, hold on.
It's on her character sheet
You
too.
just click my sheet.
I'm already in the tab.
Ooh.
I like it.
All right. Everybody's initiative is rolled.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me go ahead and sort this thing. Descending. How do I need to organize the
Alaris above
duplicate?
Kane, and the snakes above Kalba.
Yeah, snakes above Calda, Alaris above Kane, Alsana at the end of that string of 9s.
Yeah, because she has Dex 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, the snakes are first, and they have a pretty good swim speed. Not quite enough to get up to there, but
Ariel, a quick question. I meant to
Yes.
ask earlier. Am I
yes.
able to use that 50-foot pole option of the rod as my punting rod?
Are you asking if it's an effective weapon?
No, am I able to use it to be punting the boat?
Ah. All right. If you'd like to continue moving the boat does have a slightly slower speed,
Okay.
though.
I just mean, is it like could I have been using it thus far?
Okay, you lost me. You have been punting the boat thus far. Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Yeah. Do I have basically is the 50-foot pole too long to be reasonably using to punt?
Oh, okay. Probably not. It depends on what region of the swamp you're in, because when you're in the shallower areas where you could wade through, 50 foot is far too much. You're going to want a 10 foot at best. The 50-foot thing, yeah, really only in the far deepest areas, and this unfortunately is not one of them.
Okay.
You're in an area right now where you might have 15 feet, and occasionally the ground rises underneath the water, so.
Good to know.
Alright. So, for now, a number of snakes are swimming forward. One of them cannot quite make it, but doesn't seem to be in a hurry. Of the rest, one starts to crawl into the boat at the front.
Ooh.
Elaris, this attack is against you.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
6
Jesus.
piercing damage. Could I have a
Yep.
Constitution saving throw, please?
Constitution save. Okay.
Yes.
18.
All right. You take 2 poison damage.
Okay.
All right. This one, another one wiggles into the boat right between Alsana and Calda. Calda, this is on you.
Right.
That's
Oh.
Oh.
Con save, please.
Okay.
Technically,
Oh.
that damage
Oh.
should be doubled. Oh dear.
9 plus
So
9 is 18.
3d6 for another 3d6 because of the crit.
Uh,
9, 9, and 9. That's a lot of 9s.
A lot of 9s.
A lot of 9s,
Nine.
so 27.
Okay.
27.
As this one, it's close quarters and it's a big snake. It kind of flops into the boat, and as you're trying to work out head from tail, the head is like, "Oh, hello, here I am," and chomp, right into the arm.
Fucking hate these snakes.
We've got another one just right here. That one's gonna go for Alsana.
Disadvantage.
Yeah,
matter.
critical miss. Doesn't matter. As its jaws snap through just the image of where it seems to think you are, and it doesn't. You can read nature. It looks confused in a snaky sort of way. Calda.
I love this thing.
I'm gonna hit the snake that just hit me, cause that ouchied.
Yep. Okay, go for it.
1.
Hit, and don't bother because that is enough. These things are not bags of hit points.
The one next to Asana and I now. The other
Mhm.
one that's alive.
It's not anymore.
Yeah, Christ, Jesus.
Yeah.
Do we have any anti-venom that we brought with us?
To be fair, in this case, there is no further detrimental effect to being poisoned.
Yeah,
You're
just-
not poisoned. You just took damage.
Yep,
Yeah.
just thinking for later.
Okay.
Later.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. Alaris.
Okay, so he's gonna go for the one right beneath him. No disadvantage because he is, in fact, a crossbow expert.
Mhm.
1.
Ah,
There we go.
Oh, an expert he is.
that's another 10 necrotic.
It's another 10 necrotic,
And you
yeah.
get
then-
10 HP.
Yep. mhm,
Yeah,
put it on
it
there.
just dies. It
Yeah.
dies instantly.
And then he's gonna go, Alsana, duck! And he's gonna go for this one.
All right.
No, they're
You can
snakes!
It's fine.
Damn, I was gonna say the same thing.
Big
Take your
smarmy ass.
Undistracted by that terrible joke, you shoot right through the snake's head as it approaches in the water. Kane, what would you like to do?
He's just gonna kind of be like, "Well, I'm gonna trust you folks to fight these things off. I'm not gonna stop for every snake I see." But with his action, does it take an action to move the boat, or can he do like a frivolous kind of action otherwise?
I'm gonna say it generally takes an action to move the boat, just because it's punting. It's like rowing. So,
No worries. And yeah, he'll just punt along and keep everyone moving.
all right. You guys can get another doop 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 along. I'm gonna start moving snake bodies as you kind of push them out of the way and
Well,
reveal
how
the
big are
teeny
they?
little boats you had underneath them. They are size medium,
Okay.
so really big for snakes.
Could Alsana
Yeah.
have just, like, grabbed one and dragged it alongside the boat?
Your turn's up next.
There was one inside the boat, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were.
Yeah.
They kind of slipped back out. You know what? Go ahead and make a quick dexterity check. Just for getting your hands on it. Yep, they're covered in swamp water, and they just kind of floop
Swamp water and dew.
outside. However, it is your turn technically. If there's anything you can or want to do with the snake body that's there.
Well, it's 5 feet from her, so.
Okay,
Opportunity is passed.
just making sure.
I don't know, does she see anything else? Can she get a perception check to see if there's anything else coming?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do a perception check.
It's like I take a whole action.
Let's call it a. If you're looking very, very intently, then possibly.
She's just
if-
giving a glance around.
You know what? I'll allow it, but if you do guidance, that's your action for
Yeah,
sure.
yep. Takes an action to cast, makes sense. Just doing regular.
Exactly. All right. You look around. You don't see anything else, but there's still this unease in the air.
Alright. She's going to then. Yeah. How much did Calda take from that?
27.
She's not currently poisoned, is she?
No, there is no poisoned condition.
Okay.
Oh wait,
7.
no, I took 24 because -3.
Ah, oh, good to keep track.
Yes, your armor thing.
Yes.
Shit. I don't have anything for nothing.
Uh-huh.
She is going to hold a frostbite until the snake gets in range.
All right. Well, just after your turn. Hey, Kane. Can I go ahead and, oh wait, it's not a save, it's just a roll to hit. And Alsana, you would be getting off this frostbite at the same time as suddenly a truly enormous snake erupts from the water, attacking Kane with a 24 to hit.
Real quick, would the frostbite have gotten before it attacked?
I'm gonna say it's simultaneous, so no.
Okay. Well, it's on the next one then.
All right.
Throw.
DC 18 Constitution saving throw. So close, but not quite, as it
Oh.
takes 6 cold damage. And disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. So we'll save that for the next round. However, Kane, you are currently grappled and restrained as the snake drags you out of the boat and under the water.
Alright. Why is it always me?
Would that not
I
have
didn't even
moved
fight
out
near the
of
snakes.
Calder's range?
Oh yeah, can I hit it?
Same with Lars.
Lars has a
yeah.
crossbow.
Yeah, Calda
crossbow.
would...
Doesn't it?
That's a rule you let me get away with.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
I accidentally put you on GM layer. I didn't mean to do that.
There you go.
He's underwater. Oh no!
along with 7 other rules in Elemental.
Yep. Basically, you guys are... they're underwater. They're extremely hard to see due to all of the lily pads.
Did the opportunity attack get off before that though?
However, yes, Calda could get an opportunity attack because it was right there.
Would I also get an opportunity check or
Not with a crossbow.
not with crossbow? Okay.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Get your feelings, do it.
Do it.
Honestly, don't be afraid to leave me like kind of down there, guys. I've got a lot of HP versus this thing, and I resist almost all of its damage.
All right.
Don't
And I
matter.
want to pop off a little bit.
Oh yeah, go for
Die.
it.
Things
There's
just
anything you wanna
have to
say.
Calder's
die.
getting rowdy.
Yep. You do quite a bit of damage, but it's not enough to kill it, as it still drags Kane under. All right.
You
I
won't
believe
pop
that's
off
everybody's
too, right?
held in reactions. Yes.
Posts and snakes and canes just don't get along.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just gonna like stack some snake bodies up here real quick.
Sounds good to me.
Bash him.
There we go.
Sure.
All right. And with that, yeah, there's another one.
Another one.
And Alsana, you are going to be most convenient. This is at disadvantage because of your cloak. How's a
That
15
still
do?
hits.
All right, as another one surges up just behind, grapples Alsana with 9 bludgeoning damage,
Oh,
and also drags her into the
Two.
water
Great.
and beneath.
well,
Well,
so, called
All
up.
right.
what?
For the sake of this, due to all the water weeds and so forth, both of the underwater snakes currently are about 5 feet down, and could go deeper. And they have about 3/4 cover. Good for you, Alaris. Others may have to make other plans.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you two still on the boats, directionless, drifting at the moment, start to hear some more splashes into
God
the
damn.
water.
Don't say that, Calda. You know the connotations behind that phrase, you asshole.
trying to keep it lighthearted.
I hate
I'm
you.
very stressed.
I know you are.
You're
But why? Why that in particular?
Oh, I'm fine, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, one makes it just up to you. Another one is kind of out there still. This one's coming around and makes it just up to you.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Elaris. One attacks you with a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right. And 13 to hit on Calda. That also misses.
No.
Yep. Calda, it's your turn.
Calda! Ah. I'm gonna hit it.
Hit it.
Every-
I hit it.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Just lock
Everything's
its head
fucked
off.
when you're stuck on the boat.
I'm gonna hit it.
All right, you hop
Oh,
across
hit
the
it.
boat.
I hit it.
And okay. Yep.
Uh,
All right. You hop back. I'm gonna allow it. But I do want a real quick dexterity. Call it acrobatics check.
It's the same thing. 12.
You're good. You're good. You can hop back.
Okay.
You managed to keep your footing on the boats, though they are kind of starting to rock a little bit with all of the frantic activity.
Alaris, go for the big ones.
Trying. And this one's been damaged before, right?
Yeah, it took a hefty hit from Calda, and you saw that. It also got frostbitten by Alsana.
Okay.
I think
Cool.
Kane is reposting.
No, I just clicked by accident.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything to do with that, so.
I was trying to uncondense, and it's the first on my list.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as a bonus action, yeah, fuck it. Hunter's Mark.
Okay. It is
And
officially
then
marked.
it's
And
officially
that,
marked.
yep.
Cool.
that damage is
Yeah.
going to be incorrect. However, we will keep the 4 if you manage to hit anything, okay?
Okay, yeah, that was an accident.
Yeah, I kinda figured.
For whatever reason, I know I dragged that, but I don't know. Something happened.
And
Uh,
sometimes Roll20 is weird about them. Go for it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go for concussive blast on the big boy.
All right, go ahead and let me remind myself exactly what that does. I don't think you've done it on the ranged option yet. So weapon form, any weapon form.
Anyway, from
You
48.
expend the charge. The charge is expended as a bonus action. You have to prep it like a
Oh,
smite.
Damn it. Okay. Damn it.
I'll
okay.
allow you to take the hunter's mark back if you'd rather do
I'll take the hunter's
concussive.
mark back. Yeah, I want to do the concussive blast.
All right,
Okay.
that'll be your mulligan. So, okay.
I'm not sure I like this option.
Yep. Energies expand. Yep. Precision miss. Instead of the weapon's normal damage, all creatures within 10 feet of the target must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw.
I do it right in the center of the thing just so it doesn't hit.
It's gonna hit me.
It's gonna hit Kane? God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry,
out of
Kane,
water,
but
However,
you have health points.
you explode the snake. Unfortunately, Kane, currently wrapped in the snake's coils, is a little bit in the middle of it as well. So, go ahead and roll me 2d8. Actually, we're going to take the first 2d8 out of e4. So 12 total, and you succeed. No, you succeed that dexterity saving throw and then some. Wow.
Okay.
And
Sorry, what's the damage there?
6 force damage.
6 force damage. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay. You're
It's just very
good.
startling. He's like,
And-
it's like pulling out a weapon. It explodes around. Like, oh fuck, Jesus!
There's a boom, and
Sort of a muted.
Yep, an enormous bloop of swamp water just above where the snake was, and it pretty much carries Kane up with it. Kane, you break the surface of the water.
Just nods to Alaris and just gonna start. 'Cause his turn's next, right? Nothing interrupts.
Do I get a second action? Do I get a second attack? Or is
yes.
that my full?
Let me actually double check that because I can't remember how I phrased
Next
it.
time the weapon is used as an attack. Yeah, so it's a normal attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
My bad.
Um,
Go ahead and take your second.
Cool. I'm gonna do one more shot with the Xanthian crossbow.
All right. What are you aiming at?
This
Okay.
That was said with such disdain.
big boy.
This motherfucker.
Definitely hits for 10 damage, piercing. All
Plus
right.
5 necrotic damage. That's just in general.
I want to add that to the sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Cause,
I don't have any more pluses, so that's why I just put it down here.
hmm,
Okay. Let me just make it 8.
Or
So
other
3.
damage.
Oh yeah, what the
Yeah.
damage too?
Yeah.
Well, if it's 5 necrotic, then things might resist
Yeah,
necrotic and not other things.
Yeah, so you can make it
Yeah.
as a plus. So it's a
Yes,
separate
So there's there's a plus one.
I'm pretty sure I used that.
one. No, you
No.
haven't. It
Because
would be
then
a
it would show
separate
us other
line.
Like it's what I do for
Yeah.
look up what I do for Caldos, because that's what I do. I
Yeah.
do the other damage.
Other way.
Plus.
Nonetheless.
Yeah.
all right. The 5 is from one of your warlock invocation or abilities, right?
Yeah, it is.
Subclass thing. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's good to have that on there. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, 15 damage. All unresisted. So very good. Kane, I believe it's your turn now. I assume Ilaris isn't going to be moving too much on the boat.
Nope.
Okay.
It's gonna paddle over to here at half speed.
Yep.
I assume I'm no longer restrained, right?
Yep. You are no longer. Yeah. Restrain ended when that thing turned into giblets.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. You never know. Well, the
Nope.
giblets is a wonderful description for it.
Snake nuggets for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Alright.
They are already marinating in swamp, so that'll be a great flavor. Good. All right.
Kane's eating first. Kane is going to take his free action, draw the rod, bonus action, turn it into a 6-foot spear,
Mhm.
and with his attack as well as a lunge, he can attack on that snake.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Booming
Uh,
blade.
of course, spears do not suffer any detriments from underwater combat, so that's
Precisely.
good. Hmm.
With booming blade.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
Fuck me.
Ah.
Yoicks, bro.
Just
That's
as you go to lunge, you see the snake twist and you see Alsana just in the way. You pull wildly off course, and the spear and the booming energy in it gets stuck in a tree root and kind of.
Okay, I'm sold. I'm doing a second attack.
Let's try again.
Alright, second attack, same deal. I'm annoyed.
Alright.
That fucking hits.
So that'd be another die expended, right?
Yep, okay.
I can do multiple per turn.
Yep, so go ahead and do another die. Okay. So we've got the 11 plus the 4 for 15, plus the 9, so that's 20, 24?
24. 24.
24. Yeah.
9 plus 11 plus 4.
Yeah, 24 damage.
Oh yeah.
All right, and this thing cannot move. Well, it can move, but if it does, it's gonna feel real bad real fast. So,
Real bad.
that was your action surge. That's your turn, I believe. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, Alsana, you are currently grappled and restrained.
How rough is this thing looking?
That one hit pierced it straight through. It is not dead, but there is blood leaking into the water, making it very cloudy and more brown than it already was. It's kind of writhing a little bit in place, and you can feel the muscles constricting and relaxing and constricting and relaxing very, very minutely, just enough that you can feel twitches.
Okay. She's going to just like best she can while restrained, point upwards and cast a moonbeam.
All right. You're kind of in its coils, so if you assume that you're like in this lower quarter, where would you like to center that?
There.
Okay. And this thing is so big that even while you're wrapped up in the snake's grip, the moonbeam doesn't touch you. So that happens at the start of its turn, which, coincidentally, is next. So, this thing has to make, remind me, Constitution? Constitution. Alright. That should not be a disadvantage, but it's the same number.
Alright, I'm going to do a scythe on it.
Okay,
Uh,
let's have it.
for fun, 2 of them.
Can you do it once?
Huh?
How many sites can you do at once?
As
Up Nope, up to
Oh, right.
Your
half my
wisdom
level.
modifier? Half your level?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. That was
So
the
6.
All right, so 17 total damage. It's twitching, but it's still alive and is going to pretty much stay there and just use its action to try to bite at you. Disadvantage from the cloak, but advantage from the restrain, so at normal.
Yep.
That is a 24 to hit,
Big.
10 piercing damage.
Yep.
All right. That's about it for that one's turn. And there's some decision making to be done here because
Did it not just end its turn there? Or
You
am
know
I
what?
fucking up the rules of Moonbeam again?
I think
First
it's
time or start the turn.
yeah, it start the turn. It doesn't end the turn. So it's staying there. So if it makes another round, it's gonna have to make another save.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to
Want to
realize
move.
what's going on though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It actually might drag you just a little deeper.
In that case,
You're
it takes more booming blade damage.
You're right, it does. As it
13.
drags you further down, it takes 13 booming blade damage, and just there's this sudden contraction that kind of forces most of the air left in your lungs out, and then boom,
Yeah.
and a much smaller gloop that starts to carry you towards the surface, but doesn't quite fully the way the last one almost ejected Kane from the swamp entirely.
Yeah.
All right, those that are left. This one has got 2 targets, both within range and reach. Let's go ahead and 1d2. 1 for Calda, 2 for Ilaris. Calda.
It's fucked.
Snake comes gliding through the water up towards you. Dear God, these things are
Okay.
winning. I need a Constitution save. You are taking half that poison damage, and remember to reduce the 5 piercing for your armor.
So that is 7 damage total.
And
Cool.
unfortunately, Alsana, as you float beneath the water, you see something coming towards you from the murk.
Oh, jolly good.
And it's going to go ahead and take a attack on you. Your cloak is not currently functioning, so it's at normal. 18 to hit. 5 piercing damage. And a con save.
Yep.
Alright, you save. You take 5 poison damage instead. Calda, it's your turn.
You know what I'm about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do it. Do it.
It's dead.
That one's dead. Of note, before you go to the other one
Underwater.
is about 10 feet down and underwater.
Okay. So is that
Um,
cover for it or disadvantage? 'Cause
Um,
I'm not gonna hit it with. No, wait, I hit it. Fuck, never mind.
You have your glaive if you swap to it. You could probably reach with a stab, but it would have 3/4 cover effectively.
I will make an attempt.
All right, +5 to its AC.
+5 to its AC.
Here's my glaive attack.
You just hit, and it dies.
There it
Alana,
goes.
this thing bites you, and as it draws back, and you feel the poison start to burn, but you resist. Just then, just out of nowhere, a flash of silver cuts through the water, shoo, right in front of you, and cleaves the snake's head straight off its body.
Can she grab the head?
You can grab the head.
Of course.
Might still be in her arm for the sake of it.
All right, Alsana, Elaris, sorry,
Yeah.
it's your turn. Nothing
Yes.
seems to be out there. Nothing seems to be coming
I'm-
towards you.
Gonna hold an action to see if anything pops out, and then I will shoot it.
Okay, Kane.
Yep, Kane's just gonna swim up to Alsana and how underwater is she?
7 feet down.
Okay,
Right.
he'll just
with your head.
hook a hand underneath the armpit and just lift her up enough to get her head above the water at least.
Okay.
Help her bring along the snake that I imagine is not helping her swim speed.
Yeah, it's a little hard when you've got a snake head, roughly the size of, say, some kind of, let's call it a soccer ball, football,
All
just tucked under one arm.
Okay, cool. Okay, so he'll make sure she has like a hand on the boat. And then is that a tree right here?
Yes. It's a
Okay.
small cluster of much smaller trees. The real big ones are here.
Okay. In that case, he'll take the rod, bonus action, switch it to the pole, push it to like the muck on the bottom, press the top to the tree, it turns into a ladder, and he just holds onto it, one hand on the tree, one hand on the boat, just to make sure it doesn't float away with everyone,
All right.
and just kind of casts a look around to make sure there's nothing else.
Okay. Alsana.
She's gonna pull herself up onto the boat if she can.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's pretty much, at least, that's half your movement, basically. Like mounting a horse.
Just drop the head in the boat.
Okay.
And she's going to use her action to move the beam.
Okay, where would you like to move it?
Put it. Right here.
Okay. Start to do a sweep of the water, like a spotlight. Okay. At that point, there is another swish of water. And rising up directly in front of you, Ilaris, you see
Yeah.
one more.
Yeah. Can I shoot this big fuck off snake?
Yep, you can shoot it just as it lashes out towards you. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go heavy crossbow, and if I'm feeling up to it, hold on, let me see. Once per turn, when you hit a creature. Okay, cool. 1,
All right, that hits.
and I will Eldritch Smite.
Okay, that's the thing you can do afterwards. It's not a prep before, right?
It's not a prep before, it is a thing I can do afterwards. It is 5d8 points of necrotic damage.
Dear God. Okay, roll them. 18. All right. Ouch. But it's still going, and it's gonna go ahead and try to constrict you now. That's a 25 to hit.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these.
It's all 25s too.
14 bludgeoning damage, and it drags you underwater. Have fun with that.
25 to the 19 for the record.
Yep.
I mean, I'm okay with being a 19 over a 20, but still, goddamn.
Jesus.
So, take your 14 bludgeoning damage,
I did.
reduced in whatever ways that may apply.
Nope.
You are currently about, it'll drag you a bit deeper. You're about 10 feet underwater with it.
Okay.
All of these are dead. Well done. Calda.
Fair point.
Case in point for reaction. That's under the water.
Yep.
Okay. So that would be 3/4 cover.
Yep.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blaze.
Okay. Uno.
Hit.
Gross.
Hit.
Trace.
Hit. All right. So that
Pepperoni.
is 13 damage. Well done.
No problem. Bonus action. Fuck. I'm gonna use some of my own hit dice to. Who's the most fucked up out of everyone?
Probably you got healed, right?
Nope.
Probably you then.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm
Yeah.
gonna use a few of my hit dice to heal myself.
Okay.
90 hit points. So this-
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ilaris.
you're hitting some people.
Okay, I am restrained.
Yep. You can attack, but it is at disadvantage, and honestly, crossbows might suffer underwater as well. I cannot quite remember. should
They
think
cannot
about
shoot. They cannot shoot past their short range.
No problem
Which
here.
doesn't matter for him because he's
5 feet.
And I believe that they are automatically at disadvantage. Let me check all ranged weapons.
Yeah. So you
I
would
used to have
have
that memorized.
you
Although
would
I'm not
have
certain of that.
hmm. It sounds about right. I should have actually jotted down a list because I read this stuff when I made the encounter and then I promptly forgot.
That's
Good.
okay. I have underwater combat saved because of it comes up just often enough to be a problem.
Yep.
Often enough, yeah.
Okay, ranged weapon attack automatically misses beyond normal range and against normal range at disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow or
Oh,
is thrown like a javelin. So crossbow is fine.
good. Okay,
Crossbow's
you
fine.
have a single disadvantage from being restrained if you choose to use your action to attack.
I will use my action to attack because I might as well just kill this thing while it's here.
Okay.
All right. Fell steel, exanthian, heavy crossbow, no sharpshooter, whatever. It doesn't matter.
A
Okay.
hit. And that is enough. How do you want to do this last one?
He has me restrained, and I'm just gonna noodle my arms out just enough so that my crossbow is reaching out. He's gonna try and go for an attack on me, and I'm just gonna go right in its gallbladder. Right in its gallbladder, I think. No, just right in the back of its throat.
The gullet?
All right.
The
Uvula.
gullet, yeah.
Okay.
Uvula, yeah. Right in the
You
back.
give it a sudden tonsil surgery.
I give it, yeah, just immediate tonsil, just tonsillectomy. Just...
There's this thunk, muffled by the water, and the snake spasms around you.
And I swim up.
Yep.
Ugh.
You wait until the muscles contract just enough, loosen just enough that you can slip out,
Yeah,
break
and I
the surface.
swim up and back on the boat.
All right. With that, this combat ends.
Killing blow. All right, cool.
Okay,
Alright.
using his ladder is going to make sure there's like nothing else that he can see that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yep, Balsana take.
I
That's-
okay.
Take it.
Okay.
It's a lot of snakes.
That is a lot of snakes.
Yeah.
Highly unusual for these waters in this time of year, but on par with what you've been encountering so far.
Kane just points to the head that's like sitting on the boat and says, "Do you want me to help you keep that?"
She shrugs and just. I was going to try at least do something with it while we're on the way there.
Do you want the whole thing or just the head?
It's far out of character. The poison is stored in the head area, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And she shrugs and just. Really, I just need the poison out of it. Give me a second.
Sure
Can
thing,
she
I'll
extract
just
it?
stabilize the boat.
Okay.
She's gonna cast cancer on herself and attempt to get the poison out.
Okay. Go ahead and it's basically your you've got proficiency due to all of your like kit and tool proficiencies. Go ahead and do it with dexterity.
All right. What would that be? That'd be plus 9. Okay, so take 5 away from this.
Jesus.
Christ.
Wow.
Don't you
And
have double efficiency?
So
in that,
take
though?
3. So take 3.
30.
So yeah.
30.
Yep, 30.
Hold on.
Alright.
With proficiency, but with dexterity, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't that be -5, -5 because it's expertise?
She has expertise in alchemy and medicine.
Oh, I thought it was just one. I thought it was just one proficiency. Okay.
Okay. Yep. With your alchemy, yes. So 30. You've extracted, I'm gonna say, 4 full vials.
Alright. Well, if
Of-
we have any moment to stop for a second, then I can maybe reverse this. Sorry,
of giant poisonous snake venom.
don't you mean giant venomous snake venom?
Look, I didn't name these things.
Maybe it's also poisonous. We haven't eaten it. We don't know.
Yeah. No, you have eaten it.
Yeah,
That was your
Shit.
breakfast.
yeah.
morning.
Alsana cooked it. She would have made sure it wasn't poisonous.
Small poisonous snake, not giant poisonous snake.
No, these are giant. Technically. It's a fun thing. The book calls both of the snakes you encountered here giant, but one is size medium and one is size huge. So,
Yep, because regular poisonous snakes are size small, and regular constrictor snakes are size medium.
Two different books.
the constrictors got real big.
Well, like compare a cobra to an anaconda.
Mm.
It's reasonable.
Yep.
Anyways, Alsana,
Yeah,
how is
okay.
everyone doing?
I'm a bit
Fine.
banged up.
All right.
I'm okay now. I'm fine. I can survive.
Well, here's the thing. I'm doing top offs, so
Yeah.
I'm only
Uh,
down like 12.
perfect. So I believe that is
10d6
yeah,
a minute.
10d6, right?
We'd have to shift
Yeah.
everyone around, but we could put the boats.
Yeah, but
pretty easy.
we're within 5 feet of each other.
Yeah.
It'd take a little bit of moving, but you're not in combat, so you can go very carefully between the boats. That's fine.
I'll just take 2d6.
Um,
Not much.
I'm gonna say that you're gonna have to split it basically how many rounds are gonna be on each person.
Yep. So we
for-
can each round is a d6, so we can take as many d6 as you want.
I'll just take
Okay.
2.
Alsana will take 2.
Right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a bit more banged up. Might need more than that.
Yeah, I'll take. I'll take.
I might take 4 actually.
All right, which means one more if anybody needs just a little bit extra.
I could do exactly one more, and
Okay.
not overheal if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, go for it. I got to the number I needed.
All right.
Yeah. I'm at a decent. I'm in a decent place. So yeah. Still about 8 off from like fully topped off, but I'm good.
I am 2 away, so
Yep.
we're okay.
I'm 9
I'm
off,
good.
but I can heal on a bonus action and have lay on hands and shit.
Actually,
So
If
Yeah.
Conrad's gone, I might run to the washroom too. Do you want to take a quick 5 minutes?
All right.
Yeah,
let's
I
go
might need
ahead
to go to
and-
the bathroom as well. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
All right.
Right.
Bathroom break.
Run.
Bathroom break.
okay then.
Oh,
That was a lot of snakes.
yeah, that was a lot of snakes, but you guys handled it very well. At least I think
much
you did.
fun. They're so much fun to kill.
Yep.
They're also crazy accurate.
Yeah. Your rolls were insane today, Ariel.
Insane in the
Yeah.
membrane. Insane in the snake.
That was a
Insane
surprise.
snake brain.
Here I'm thinking, it won't hit anybody, surely. Nope.
Polaris also had Misty Step. I see why he didn't want to use a spell slot, but yeah.
We're taking a break? Or?
Yeah, we're taking a
Okay.
quick break because opportunity was there.
Alright.
I should turn on a light.
Snakes are getting big. I want to see, like, I don't know if that's going to be the biggest snake. Ariel, I don't know if you're preparing an even bigger snake or this is the
Yo.
biggest snake. I love all snakes.
I mean,
The
noggins
biggest
for
of the
bigger
snakes. That's why I saved my spell slot so I could just use them on the big snake.
Mm-hmm.
I just use action surge because I was salty.
Yeah. If we
Like,
get a
just
short
fire.
rest, then I'll have all of my slots to use against the snake. But I've functioned on 2 slots before. It's fine.
Whoa, it's almost like you're a
Remember-
warlock or something.
Yeah.
Remember that you have that one item that you got
I-
at the start of the game.
Indeed, I do, and I will use it right now.
Did you use a spell slot?
I did. I did to use the Eldritch Smite because the Eldritch Smite
Ah.
uses a spell slot to
Ah.
do 5d8.
Yeah. Because that's just an action to regain a warlock spell slot for you.
Perfect. And
Oh, I
use
do
it.
need to mark off that 4 of my hit dice won't return on this long rest.
Maybe keep track of it in like the little character notes or in your own notes, whatever works for you.
Yeah, I keep like my notes are like general notes. I have all of my little. It says missed notes, but I also shove stuff in the backstory and appear.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, let's shove it, and that's all my random shit. Because I know, I just constantly like keeping one certain thing where all my magic items are,
Mhm.
and then one box for random shit, and then miscellaneous, if you know what I mean.
Miscellaneous. My favorite spell.
Yeah. What?
Miscellaneous stuff.
You're just adding syllables,
Oh,
Conrad.
no.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I forgot what a snake looked like halfway through this combat.
Question.
They are just kind of colored blobs, aren't they?
They really are. And I
Oh,
love
yeah.
them.
Answer?
How? How did you
How
figure what a
what?
snake looks like? They're on the screen.
Conrad, I need you to realize that you've known me for like 4 years. I don't think you realize how dumb I actually am.
I'm the dumb one. I'm the dummy with none of the thick.
Yeah, but I'm the dumb of ass.
Ah, see, we understand each other.
Yeah, dumb solidarity.
I'm a dumb fuck, so I see you.
Yep, my brain cell, it's gone. I don't know who has it.
I'm dumb of fuck, so you know.
Buffoon solidarity.
Idiot solidarity. We did it, boys.
Yeah, I like until the big snake showed up, I was like sitting here and I was doodling a snake and I'm like, what does a snake look like?
Wow.
Cool, you had a reference on hand.
Then the big one showed up and I went, oh shit!
Oh, that.
Like, oh, okay, got it. Sometimes I just forget what stuff looks like if I don't look at it enough.
Hello.
Hello.
Ew.
All right, I think everybody's back.
Yes,
I
sir.
think so. Oh, okay.
Snakes really just
You can
be
go. There's
lying.
just something noisy in the background right now.
Okay. So, patching yourselves up, dealing with the head of a snake and extracting the venom. You guys head onwards. Kane, you know that you're roughly halfway to the shrine, maybe a little bit closer to the shrine than to the village by this point.
Shit.
You
Dr. P.
You
Stockman.
Does the status of animals change as we go?
not really.
Every
You
once
occasionally
in a while,
Hmm?
gonna just have Kane kind of, as we pass by like a particularly large log, switch the rod into a spear and just booming blade it to make a loud noise to startle anything in the area.
All right. You
While we're
occasionally,
distant, that is.
you
Sorry.
very occasionally manage to startle up something in the distance. You hear flapping wings or a sudden splash, but you're not coming across much wildlife at all, snake or otherwise,
Could Kane
in this
give an
last leg of the journey.
estimate on like how far we are from it?
Kane, you know that the shrine is roughly, I'd say, 6 or 7 miles from Morr. Um, and that is kind of on a slightly winding path due to the marsh itself. So it takes probably a few hours to get through. You left fairly early in the morning after breakfasts and so on. Mid morning at latest. It is pushing into early afternoon at this point.
And roughly how far would we be from the shrine?
About the halfway
Well,
point. About 2
3
to 3
miles, right?
miles. Yeah.
All right. Ritual cast.
All right.
Kane is punting. Could everyone else have gotten a short rest?
It. Mm,
They're just sitting on a boat.
Yeah.
hmm. Yeah, I'm figuring
Like we can get
Sure,
acquainted with the watch and stuff. Yeah.
let's say that it's a 1 hour ride left.
Cool.
Okay. So, commune with nature. What would you like to know?
Um, fiends in the area.
You sense no fiends.
Undead.
You sense no undead.
Fae.
And you sense no fae.
Alright then.
I mean, you can just keep ritual casting that, can't you? While we punt. 10
Uh,
minutes.
I'll allow a freebie, but if you keep doing that, you won't benefit from a short rest.
I mean, I wouldn't otherwise.
Eh, I mean, go
um,
ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, because she only needs, let's see, actually, are you guys gonna use hit dice?
Nope.
Lars?
Hit dice.
Yeah. Do you plan on using hit dice during the short rest?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
just to top myself up.
I'm not getting a short rest because I'm hunting, but I don't
Alright.
need
One
it
or
either
two.
way.
Alright.
One or two. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yep.
I just
Alright.
flexible.
Alright. Sorry. Well, yeah, we did it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just gonna do another cast of Commune with Nature. Then she's not gonna rest.
Okay. What would you like to know on the second run?
Influence from other planes of existence.
Hmm. You don't really pick up on any influence from another plane.
Alright. Prevalent animals.
Aside from the omnipresent buzz of insects, both in your hearing and now in the spell, you sense so many serpents.
And nothing
Many of
else.
them, many of them clustered. It's almost like there is a cluster of them in the center of an area, and then they radiate outwards from there. It's like looking at a stain on something where it's darkest at the center and then fades outwards.
Okay. Um, and does Kane have a general description of what is suspected to be the shrine?
Yeah, it's just a singular stone monument, right?
Mhm. It's kind of deliberately dressed up a little bit by the locals. It is a patch of quasi dry land. There's trees on it. A fairly large patch, really. There is a more like a stone archway, really, a monolith of sorts. Um, two stones standing and one bridging the top.
Okay.
Smaller stones have been deliberately erected in to frame a kind of path leading up to it, and at some point between the founding of the town and now, somebody went and planted some lamp vines around it and trained the tendrils to wind up and down the trees nearby and across the stones themselves.
Hmm. I guess. Last one. She's checking for any other buildings or like man-made constructions in the area.
You might get the very faint blip of those stones as technically man made, though whether they count as constructions is a little wibbly. So you get a faint sense of that, which matches up with what Kane said and also matches up kind of directionally with where you felt the center of that knot of snake life to be. Um, aside from that, 3 miles. Yeah, you're just outside of range of the town of Morr, so you don't even sense that. There doesn't really seem to be anything else in the way of man made constructions.
Okay. Can she get one more in, maybe modifying it slightly?
Okay, what's your modification you have in mind?
She wants to look specifically for plant-based creatures.
Hmm. Well, I mean, prevalent plants. Okay, okay. You search, you ask about prevalent plants, but not in the usual way. You ask about it in the way of plants that think, plants that move on their own, plants that act like creatures. Since it's a slight modification, let's go ahead and have you make a wisdom check for me as
Okay.
your spellcasting ability.
Could she have guided herself beforehand?
You were planning on it, so sure.
All right.
Though actually, wait, you would not have been able to guidance yourself beforehand because that's concentration, and a ritual cast is
Good
also
point.
concentration.
Good point.
So,
Well,
we're
indeed.
stick with the 19. All right. You feel that it takes effect, but you're not picking up on anything like you're not picking up on any blights or treants or awakened shrubs or trees or anything of the sort.
Shambling mounds, corpse flowers.
Yep. None of those things are actually like coming to light.
Okay.
You know that if they were there, you can feel in the spell that if they were there, you would sense it.
She notices like a small little like four-leaf clover person just kind of like will run around a corner from like 2.9 miles back. And she kind of like blinks open and goes, "Well, whatever's waiting for us, it's weirdly natural. At least by process of elimination. Nothing from other planes, no influence of them, fey, fiends, undead.
That's a little bit more concerning than if
The,
we actually knew what it was.
the only other potential I can see is elementals, but I don't see any sort of correlation between them and
Expert.
what we're getting here. And also,
I think something could just be stirring them up. Some kind of magical dissonance or something.
magic is the widest open book, so yes, you could say it's magic and probably be right.
What are the odds it's just like Cicadas? They mate every whatever amount of years and they all collected at once or something.
It's what?
Like Cicadas, maybe they'd all just gathered to mate. I don't know.
I don't
They're
think they'd
animals.
be
If
that
it's not
aggressive.
magic,
I don't think they'd be.
Swarms like that are not natural.
I also
They're
don't think
all
they'd be aggressive if they want to mate.
they're almost always influenced by some sort of magic or oddity. Animals don't coordinate like that, especially not serpents.
be able to detect any kind of like humanoids. Is that a thing you can do?
She tilts her head.
Maybe it's some kind of just pissy druid trying to claim the swamp as their own or something.
She thinks for a sec. I'll be honest, I hadn't considered that. Maybe I hold druids in too high of a regard. There are
Yeah.
natural mages who can be
Shitty.
troublesome. Yeah, sure.
Cumbersome, yeah.
I mean, the kind of magic that Alaris practices, I would normally consider bad. Clearly, he's figured out how to do some good with it, so
I mean, fair enough.
magic goes the other way too.
I mean more their personalities.
Well, I'm not judging anyone's magic by their personality. I've got you here, so.
Just kind of rolls her eyes.
Oh, come on. That was funny. You don't have to like it, but it was funny.
I don't know if I'd have the time to try another one, but if we hear a call out from someone claiming innocence, take it with a grain of salt.
I mean, if you think we're gonna run out of time, I can just park the boat here for a minute. I'd like to get moving, but it doesn't take you that long to cast that spell, does it?
11 minutes, roughly.
I think 10 minutes is more than doable. Give me a chance to get some water, actually.
All right. Kane stops the boat. Alsana, you ritual cast one more. Commune with nature.
Prevalent people, if she can again give a try to modify for more, less like, oh, looking for groups or communities, and more like individuals,
Okay.
or
Mm.
smaller numbers at least, then would be like, oh, there's a village here, or oh, there's a encampment here.
All right. You can go ahead and make another ability check.
Alright. 16.
Okay. Immediately you get the sense of yourself and your three companions.
Mhm.
You sweep your senses out further and further and further, 3 miles in every direction. You don't sense any humanoids where you sensed the snakes, where you sensed the standing stones. There's nothing there. Um, I'd say about it might be just on the edge of your senses. You sense a very small group of people, like 2, 3, but it's like far off to the west. And it's only there for an instant, as it seems they were kind of moving through northwards, and for just a couple of moments you sense them and then they're gone.
Hmm. Could you could you toss those on the map roughly, just so we know like orientation of that?
It's gonna be super rough, but
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Just
You guys are the ruler, no snapping. You guys are about there-ish.
okay.
They are like 3 miles this way and heading northward.
Okay. Also, I might like bring that up and like point on a map and go, is there any like small channels that head towards the river?
Imagine there's little channels like absolutely everywhere in the swamp.
Oh, the Morr Marsh is practically made of little channels.
Yeah, he just
In
shrugs
in
like
a certain point of view.
yeah, he shrugs like it's kind of like a sprawling city with the tiniest houses. Walk in the right direction, you'll find a street that works.
She nods. Might be something to look into. Who knows?
For now,
Nothing says there can't be influence from a distance, but I sense no humanoids where the main issue seems to be at the shrine.
it's just maybe someone just dropped a big bird out of the sky like the one we hunted, and they're all just feasting or something.
Again, they
Either
don't
way,
work in
I know I'm being
swarms like
sarcastic, Alsana. Let's just go in there and blow up as many as we can. At least then there'll be less to go hunting.
We need to root this out, though. We can't just scorch the earth and leave them to reassemble in a week's time.
Of course.
Could be
But
the
for
same
today,
issue.
today we can scorch.
Could be the same issue as the unicorn and the Sorn. What we
Corruption, I
get rid
think.
of? Maybe we get rid of one source thing and the rest sort of solves itself.
That'd
Yeah.
be convenient. Though again, it's troubling that I can't get a beat on anything. It might be hiding itself, for all we know.
Well,
Magically.
good thing we know where to search.
We're gonna figure it out sooner or later.
Meantime, Kane will just start like humming a tune as he begins the punting slowly once more.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll actually like turn back to Calder and be like, "Hey, Calder, by the way,
Yeah.
this might be useful." He's gonna hand her the harpoon.
Thank you.
I mean, while we're giving gifts, and
There's the details for it.
Thanks.
while we're giving gifts, and Alsana hands over a bottle full of a red liquid.
That too.
Who?
I I do hope this isn't blood.
Hmm. No,
I do.
it's to call it.
Knowing you, there's like a 50-50 chance it is.
Why am I getting gifts today? What is this?
Should you feel so inclined, once we get there, if you were to drink that, you won't get the strength of the giant, but you might get the height of one.
It's just fun.
Oh, it's a big potion.
Oh.
If you look very closely, there's a small red bubble in there. A small bubble of a heart.
Okay.
I believe that's how it was described, right, Ariel?
If it's the enlarged potion,
Yeah.
it is not a heart bubble. It is a clear liquid with a bead of red that expands to fill the entire bottle and contracts into
Okay.
a teeny speck.
Okay.
It's almost like a heartbeat in a sense.
All right. Replace the description with that, but yes.
No, this is just a regular wine bottle. Here is the potion.
This is for you to enjoy yourself before we get there.
Oh no,
Oh,
the
it's-
heart bubble is the potion of love. My bad.
Yep.
Why do you have that?
She doesn't. I just know what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's so odd. Also, is the harpoon have to be Dex with the range, Conrad? Or
No,
Ariel?
I just
No.
use Dex because I have ranged weapon as my fighting style.
Technically, the harpoon is supposed to be strength.
Oh, okay.
It's like a javelin.
That'd actually be a higher to hit then. So my mistake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Because
man,
you.
that means it would have been a plus 11 to hit without any magic items. Oh well.
Well,
Well-
now you know. Go ahead and fix it.
If you don't know, now you know.
Because the harpoon, you aren't just like aiming carefully and then letting something else do most of the work for you. You are just outright whoop, with the arm.
Well,
Even when I put it at range, it automatically picked dexterity.
I think I'm gonna have
It
some good luck
does
with it.
that. It does that.
Yeah, that's a good self roll there, Calda.
Yeah, thank you.
So, you guys swap a few items around. A potion. Anything else that needs to trade hands or needs to be prepared?
Nope.
I'm just
Okay.
setting up the flame tongue short sword of my thing, 'cause I never did.
Good idea. All right. So, Kane starts to punt the boats along again in the stifling, sticky heat and quiet.
Hmm.
Until you start to see little outcroppings of land, more than you'd seen before. You pass by most of them, around others, over one or two dark shadows in the water that Kane might explain are the marshy equivalent of sandbars. Still low enough that they don't scrape the bottom of the boat or risk you running aground, but visible all the same. You go around a few more trees, push past more lily pads, and finally you start to see a very faint glow cutting through the murk of the marsh. It's pale, hardly visible, with the dappled sunlight piercing the clouds and the trees. And it comes from a larger mass of what must be called land in this environment. You see further trees rising from this landmass, and you see a line of stones marching up a path. At the end of the path, you see the arch of stone. Three great monolithic pieces of rock more solid than anything you would expect to see in this sort of landscape. And writhing all around it, across the island, over the stones, dripping from the branches of the trees like lichen and moss, serpents. Hundreds. So many swarms, a number of large ones, a number that are as big as those that dragged you under. And as you approach, you hear the hissing. The constant sliding of sound and of bodies. You get closer, you see them start to take notice of you.
He immediately preps
They
his
don't-
shield.
They don't approach the water yet, but they start to take on defensive stances, rearing their heads, flicking their tongues.
Kane's gonna stop the
Hissing
boat
low.
about 50, 40 feet out.
You are. I do not have a map that big.
Okay.
You are about 10 feet off the shore.
Okay.
Maybe
I was gonna
15 at most.
I was gonna say, well, Sana, do you want to get a moonbeam and just start sweeping before we get there?
If we're gonna do that, we're gonna roll initiative immediately.
Yeah, if we go in.
This is what you're looking at.
There's a lot of
Yep.
things.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, so I maintain my preference.
go ahead and roll some initiatives. I'll allow you guys to have. It's not a surprise round, but a round before the snakes start to act. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh! Oh! 12. Oh shit.
That was the D&D equivalent of mine.
Oh!
Huh?
Oh!
My initiative won't roll.
oh, dang. They are exactly the same. Ah, come on. Why are they exactly the same? I don't want to move all of those at once. I'm re-rolling this one.
Okay.
I can't seem to roll my. Oh, there. Fuck.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Go
I-
ahead and change it to the first one. Yes.
I hate to say it, but I think you may be moving all the enemies on one point. I think they all overlap each other to a point.
Nope, we've got Kane right in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. I've got those at the same time as those, but they're manageable. Kane breaks it up just a little bit.
Okay. I just wanted to. Good lord it.
If I am
Oh, we're
gonna
good.
cry,
Good
then
lord.
so be it. All right.
Or it's funny how often
I
the
go
enemies do
for
that.
all the- I go after all
try.
the snakes.
So, for the sake of this, Alsana, what do you want to do with your immediate turn before the snakes start to get really aggressive? I see you measuring a 60-foot cube. That's going to be fun.
yep.
Uh-oh.
Okay, no, I'm debating. I wasn't expecting to go absolute first, so okay, so
Okay.
so I'll just ask you guys. Okay, so that's the first option.
I mean, it looks like a pretty good option already. And that's
Yeah.
the nature one where you summon everything, right?
Wrath of Nature, yes.
Yeah.
That's a hot spell.
Um,
Oh, I'm going to be moving so many snakes aside to see where the actual trees are. It's going to be like, okay, is there a tree there? Yeah, there's multiple trees there.
Mhm. oh yeah.
Tree.
Ariel, I apologize in advance for what this combat's about to do for you.
I made this for you guys to absolutely go nuts. So,
The shooting gallery.
yeah,
We had a bit of a shooting gallery.
just a bit.
I get to try out a new spell, hopefully.
I'm going to go ahead and put our combat music on because this looks like it's going to take a little bit and we need something to listen
Yep.
to other than Swampland.
All right, that's the other option. It'd be a 20-foot radius sphere.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, I leave it to you. I leave it to you what does more damage.
I think I'm gonna do Wrath of Nature. Wrath of Nature just seems much more fun.
Draw your
Cool.
cube.
If you want to outline it, Devin, I can draw it for you.
All right. So I'm do a snap to corner to make it easier for yourself. I'm going to start with it. So I think. That would be an okay one to do. So if you want to do that over mine.
Like the same color. That's a bit lighter. There we go.
Okay. You've got your cube. The nature is wrathful.
All right.
So-
Let me copy and paste for you.
Yep, immediately upon casting it, I'm pretty sure some stuff happens.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so much happens.
yeah, walk me through it.
Stuff happens.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Okay.
all of this is difficult terrain for the snakes right now.
Absolutely all of it.
Yep.
All of it.
Trees at the start of each of your turns. technically your
stumps.
turn already started.
Yeah, no, the trees don't happen right away, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, at
So-
the end of your turn, you can choose one creature of choice. Most of them are on the ground. There might be a few that are like on rocks, but for the sake of this, pick one.
You've also got rocks before that.
Oh, yep, bonus action on your turn. Loose rock in the cube to launch at a creature you can see in the cube.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not a lot of rocks in this area, but you can find one, I'm sure.
Yep.
Go
I mean,
ahead
you said
and,
specifically there's stones put everywhere, didn't you?
Big stones. They are not little rocks.
Mhm.
And they're not loose. They're like embedded in the ground.
I mean, it's 3d8 damage, so, up to you.
Yeah, but
You
so is
can find-
catapult.
You can find like fist-sized rocks and throw them at snakes.
Well,
All
either
right.
way, I'm gonna say this guy right here.
All right, this guy gets the rock.
Mhm.
Ranged spell attack, please.
Oh, great.
Can the snake smell what the rock is cooking?
That
didn't deserve a laugh.
I laughed as well because I.
Because you're a wrestling nerd.
I'm a
3d8.
wrestling mark. What about it? I'm a
bludgeoning.
frickin' mark.
Okay.
I'm going to slice that.
Go for it. He's got to make a strength saving throw or fall prone. Yeah, he's up. But you scythe it, so as the rock flies out, the
Slice
shadow
it?
of the scythe follows.
Yeah.
For 17. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hurt. It looks hurt.
Good.
And at the end of your turn, one creature of your choice must succeed in a strength saving throw or become restrained.
Big guy in the
Until the-
back.
Alright. So that's another strength save. 14. It is restrained. Let me go ahead and get a little icon on there that's going to be barely visible.
Lars, feel free to take your pot shots.
I
think he's got a thing
something
planned.
a little bit different in mind.
Alright. They're not going to do much. Kane.
Alright, does he already have a shield equipped, or do I have to take the action to do that first?
I'll allow you to have your shield equipped. Go for it.
We did get quite a bit of lead up.
In that case, I will just hold my action, to punt the boat, basically at the end of initiative,
Okay.
just to get everyone to the shore.
They're not doing much. They're not doing much. Elaris.
Alright, so 20-foot radius sphere around a point of my choosing. I want to hit
Centered right there. Okay.
as many of these big guys as possible, just so
Alright,
they aren't a problem later.
Hold on,
He'll
I'm
be
drawing it
hit.
out for him.
He'll be hit. Okay. He'll be hit. That's outside of it. So is that. So pretty much everything here. Yep.
And,
Okay.
Yeah, and basically try and get as rid of as many of the small fry as possible. And
Alright.
I'm going to extend my hand and I'm going to snap my fingers and I'm going to cast synaptic static.
Oh, hell yes!
Oh.
I love that spell!
All right. Let me
AOE.
check a few things.
Look at that
hey.
damage! Holy shit!
You're gonna hate this. None of them are affected.
Oh, fuck me. God
Oh,
damn it.
they're all dumb.
They're
Even
all
the big
dumb.
guy?
God damn it.
None of them have an
Ah.
intelligence score above 2.
Oh, that hurts.
That hurts. That sucks. Oh.
That's okay. It was a
sucks.
free turn.
Even the big guy?
Even the
The
big
big
guys.
guys?
Okay.
Yeah, most animals don't have intelligence above like 3.
No, yeah, that's why it's
Fine. I move backwards and I.
You
draw.
are in a boat.
Yeah, you're on a boat.
Fuck it.
Do you want to jump out of the boat?
You can.
No, I'm just gonna aim my
Okay.
crossbow. God damn it, this sucks. Shit.
Alright.
This sucks.
I'll tell you, there's a little dry land right over here if you don't mind splashing a little bit.
Little sniper's nest.
Move this way.
All right. You kind of splash down. You kind of have to paddle just a
I
little
like
bit.
I like
and-
kick. I give like a little kick, like fuck, like a little like frustrated kick as I walk.
You wade your way out of the swamp and onto this little squishy hill. All right. Calda.
I'm finna get my ass beat. I just really want to go right in the middle of that. Kane's gonna punt. I want to hit. Bonus action. I'm just gonna Misty Step over.
Okay. Foom.
I'm swinging, Ariel.
Do it.
Fuck, that misses.
That hits.
What?
No, wait. Let me double check. No, wait. Nope. I'm sorry. I was mixing things up. 11 does miss.
Yeah, because it has at
Yep.
least a +2 to dexterity. That was a
Yeah.
1 and a 2.
Out of
Good
14.
job.
My bad.
We're taking.
Oh,
How about
that
that?
hit. That hits, and that's dead. It couldn't. It can't survive
This sucks.
30. I'm sorry, 28 damage.
That's it. I'm gonna. That guy could fuck me up, but I will go there and stay there, and that's it.
Okay. Scramble up a little bit of a slope from the path onto a slightly higher bit of ground. And Alsana,
Oh boy.
it is your turn.
So everything's making a dex save.
Oh yeah. Everything that's within 10 feet,
feet
of, the
of
tree,
any tree.
within that cube. So definitely this guy. Definitely this guy. Let's see. Yep, that's a tree. Yeah, that's a tree. That's a tree.
That's a
All
tree.
these boys.
Many trees.
That's a
All
tree.
of them. Oh god. All right, we're gonna kind of
That's
a tree.
organize this. Constrictor snakes first, kind of top to bottom. Dex saves. 1, fail, fail, fail. Okay, I'm just gonna count off successes and fails before I do anything else.
Is the damage going to be applicable to all, or should I do it like per creature, or?
It is a lot. I'm gonna say it's applicable to all.
All right.
Okay. So poisonous snakes before anything else. These guys.
I think it's back.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm gonna do the swarms. Dex saves.
By the
We've
way,
got. Yes.
for the record, a deer, which is a relatively intelligent animal, is still not smart enough to be a savage.
Success.
Me pecking
Yep.
that killed that.
Success.
God,
Fail.
I hate it.
Fail. Fail. Okay, I've got 2 successes on the swarms right at the center here. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 giant poisonous snakes that make dex saves. That's a 1. That's a success. 2 fail. Success. Fail. Okay, so roll me the stuff, and is it half on success or none on success?
I think it's half. Let me see.
Double check, please.
A 16 on dex save or take 46, so it is a success, nothing.
Okay. Well, of these, this one died, and so did this one, because 15. Of the rest, these 3 failed. That's a minus 15. This guy's looking rough. Minus 15. First blood on these other ones. That one was restrained. Probably should have made it disadvantage, but failed anyway, so it doesn't matter. What kind of damage is this?
Slashing.
Bludgeoning? Slashing? Okay.
Real quick, did this guy make a save?
No, he is outside.
Doesn't matter
Of
if he's
the-
outside, it's matter where the tree is. He's still
Really?
within 10 feet of the tree, and it's in the cube.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me a second while I just take care of these things that I already rolled in that case.
Sure thing, no problem.
You've got a lot right now.
Yeah. 15 halved is 8.
And this is our
Oh no, there is a sorry.
this is
Yeah.
our daily reminder to appreciate your DMs because they deal with a lot of mathy bullshit.
Fuck you, Ariel. Mwah.
We appreciate the shit out of you.
Once again, I'm like, Fantasy Grounds automates a lot of this.
You shush.
I mean, for possible running in the future. Right.
That was such a delicate hush now.
There are, let's see, technically this one, this one, this one, and this one are within 10 feet of trees that are touched by this, so that's 4 of those I need to redo. So 1 success. 2 success. Fail. And fail. Okay, the 2 at the bottom. And just instantly die. Squish, squish. as roots just lash out every which way. And then one swarm needs to go ahead and do that. That's a fail. He only takes half though, but there we go. Okay, that was a lot. You still have a bonus action and action in the end of your turn.
I know.
What do you want to do?
This spell is such bullshit. I love it.
She's gonna hop on her broom,
Uh-huh.
float up a bit, get over to here,
Mhm.
and she would like to throw an ice knife at this guy who's currently restrained.
Yep.
So
Advantage.
advantage. She.
Quick question. Sorry.
Yes.
Kane. Oh,
Oh, right. You did say you wanted to move him up. Okay.
yeah.
Oof. I did forget about that. My bad. That was
Okay. I
the
just wanted to check.
right before Alsana, and oh boy, a lot happened then.
Yeah, you're kind of staring down the barrel of a bitch of a spell.
Ooh.
And she's upcasting.
Of course she is. Wow, nice damage.
Wow. All right. So that's 9 piercing damage right off the bat on that one. And then a DC 18 dexterity saving throw. Target each creature within 5 feet, and you aimed at that corner so that you've got those other two. So that's gonna be fun. This guy has
Wait Let me double check. Go as you will. I just want to make sure it's not 5 feet of the creature rather than 5 feet of the attack.
It's 5 of the attack.
It'd be a little messed up if it was a creature that size and you could just oof that many.
I'm
Anyway.
pretty sure it's 5 feet radius of the chosen
failed.
point.
Okay.
He takes cold damage. And there's gonna be 2 on the swarms.
Iganorada, yeah, it's the.
Okay. Success and fail. So no damage on one, but 20 on this other, which it does not resist.
She's gonna throw a scythe on that.
Okay. Do you throw a scythe on the entire, knife?
I mean, this is a big question that we haven't been broaching for a while now. Because my god, I'd be doing way more damage if that was the case. So I'm gonna assume no, and I'm just going to be
Individual
doing.
creature.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing the 1d10 on the one who took the cold damage.
Okay.
The swarm.
The swarm. Alright, so another 3. Oop. Okay. He's still up. It's still up. It's looking very reduced.
All right. Bonus action.
That's bad. Okay.
Gonna huck a rock at the restrained guy at the back.
Yep, okay.
At advantage.
Go for it. That hits. 3d8. Or
3d8 or
is it
6? Yeah,
was
it
it
is.
6?
Scrolling,
Bugger.
scrolling.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
3d8. Yep.
Okay. Roll it.
3d8. Yeah.
Wow.
Scythe. Fuck it. Scythe.
This is the session of saltiness and bad damage.
Oh my god. Yep.
God.
Okay. He's looking real battered.
Someone shoot him. End of my turn.
I'll hit it.
I'm going to have this guy make a strength save.
This one?
This guy right
one or-
here.
This one I'm pinging. Me. I'm
Yes.
green. Please
Yeah,
don't
this
ping
one-
when I'm pinging, guys.
We can't tell when you're pinging until after you ping.
Yeah.
16.
Nope.
He is restrained.
Yep. Of note, the effect does not end until they try to make an athletics check against it.
Yep. Okay. So, that's it.
Have fun,
Jenny-
paladin.
Yeah. Oh, I'm shut up.
Smug bastard.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move all of these right now. Giant poisonous snakes. That's gonna be one right there. That one's gonna start slithering this way and dash in order to get up to you. This one's dashing too. Sploosh. This guy gonna get about there. This guy, they're just
Terrain?
gonna
Remember
congregate.
difficult terrain.
Ooh. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they dashed in order to get there. They're dumb.
Mhm.
I mean, they haven't told him.
I was gonna say I was gonna be mad if Semantic Sag didn't work, but they started doing tactics to get around it.
Yeah, no. This one just happened to go around because it was on the outside already.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, others are having issues. most of them dashed. Really, only this one didn't have to expend any extra movement.
Mhm.
So it's got 2 targets. Let's say 1 Calda, 2 Kane. Calda.
Fuck yeah.
All right, 22 to hit.
Oh,
She's
that's
hitting so good.
gross.
I
That
don't
is
know.
10 damage. That's an easy number.
All right, that's it for
Minus
their
3.
turn. They already did. She already
Oh, yeah.
Math.
they did. Yeah, Calda. Ah.
You
Kane.
can do whatever. Ari.
I don't know what's going on. Kane, what do you want to do?
I am going to summon the spear as a mace as a bonus action,
Okay.
and it's only difficult terrain for the snakes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I will take 2 opportunity attacks real fast from those small snakes as I move up.
Small snakes. They're as big as you are. But sure.
Small,
That's
relative
20 to
small.
hit. And a 22 to hit.
They both hit. So 2
What are
con
these
Hey,
save.
fucking...
on an upside, very small damage.
That's okay, but my god, these things haven't rolled under a 20.
It's okay, I have piercing. So that's 3,
These are
And no
vorpal
poison?
snakes.
3, 5,
And
and
then
then
half
3,
poison.
3.
You
10 damage total.
You resisted both damage, poison
Piercing.
damages. So,
Just the piercings.
you succeeded on the saving throw for the poison.
Oh, okay.
both times.
Yeah.
It's a
Alright,
DC
so in
11.
that case, total
uh,
10 damage, right?
You
X
got
11
3
half
and
points.
2, and then 2 and 3. So yes.
Okay. And Ariel, I'm so sorry.
Why?
I want every snake to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, oh, E.
Hey, oh, yeah.
All right. So
I'm so sorry. I just really
30
wanted to use this ability.
be frightened. Okay. Let me count this off real quick. That is literally every snake.
Except for the
Except
one
that one.
attacking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Elaris, that one's out of range. That one is outside of the circle
Ah, okay.
that you can make.
Yeah. All but those 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I'm so sorry, Ariel.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna do the constrictors first. Wisdom
Or
save.
just
that's gonna
count
be
and then
hilarious.
roll the d20s like one big roll to save yourself time.
1 second. Nope, because there's stuff coming into this. Fail. 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 So all 3 of these are currently frightened. How long does that last?
1 minute. They can
Ooh.
repeat the saving throw at the end of their turns. I will try to remind you.
Thank you. He's scared. They scared. They all scared. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the giant poisonous snakes.
Which is different from the giant constrictor snakes.
1 fail. Fail. Success
Succeed.
right next to you.
Yeah,
And
that
there's
tracks.
no more in range. Oh wait, there was the one outside of the square I forgot next to Calda. Let's get that one. Fail. So all the ones right around Calda are scared and should be. They do not know what's coming. They're
Yeah.
scared of the
train that
wrong
is
thing
Calda.
right now. They are
Nobody
scared of the
wants
wrong thing. And this is gonna be something you're not happy with, but the swarms are immune to being frightened.
Really interesting.
Yep. So I don't have to make those saves. Woo!
Woo!
They're magically organized, also there's like a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine
Yeah.
organized. Do you think someone who could get scared could do that?
Good point.
I mean,
Anything else on your turn?
no, that's movement action, bonus action.
All right. You frightened a whole bunch of noodles.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a whole
Makes some
bunch of
goddamn good
noodles
pasta.
are coming for you. There's already one there.
That is the least threatening way I've ever heard of being attacked by snakes.
Remember the difficult terrain.
Oh yeah. That
Where
one's
else
not going to
is
get
there?
far, but he could get around there. This one, right there, just barely. This one is going to get into your space. There's one underneath you. I'm going to have to remember that. I'm going to like shift you over just very, very slightly, so I see the edge of the noodle nest.
Nest. Call me the
Yep.
strainer.
I will say, from afar, they do look like the things of Mr. Noodles.
They just look like weird emblems. Or I'm blind. I'm gonna zoom in.
They look like
They
mandalas to me.
are. They actually are that.
Okay. They're just snakes.
Oh, you've got a whole bunch of them on you.
Yep. That's
Kane,
okay.
literally all of this is going to be on you.
Yeah,
One,
I've got armor
two,
class
three,
20 resist
4,
piercing.
5,
Let's go.
6. All right, hold on. Let me double check some hit points because that matters in this. Because it affects how much damage they might do. So that's full. Oh wait. Okay, one of them is below the half.
Good, probably.
So that one is going to do 1d6 instead of 2d6. However, all the rest are at full, and this is going to be awful. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular, and 1 with only the first d6 of damage if it hits. I'll do that one last. Oh boy, this is a lot. Miss.
Nope.
2. 17 to hit. I'm just gonna have you count off yes or no as I click things. Are you there?
That's okay. Yep. Sorry, can you hear me?
Hi, yes. I heard the no for the 1 to hit naturally. How's the
Yeah,
17?
armor class 20, so no.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3,
Nope,
4,
nope.
5.
Yes.
There's 1. 6.
Waiting
I
for it.
swear I
Yes.
clicked. There we go. Okay, so those two
con
hit
save,
regular.
DC 10.
Okay. Nope. So
Have
half
I
the
just have
poison
poison?
damage. Half the poison. The first
First one.
one, yeah. First one
Alright,
is
so
going to be 2
that's-
piercing plus.
Yeah, piercing is 3
6
total
poison.
piercing, 6 poison plus 8 poison? 7 poison. No, 8.
What? Where are you getting that? Hold on.
Hold on,
The
no, I
first-
took full 17. Right. So 23 plus 3, so 26 damage total. Okay.
And then the one that is at half its current hit points is going to attack and hit.
Damn! Alright.
It only does 3 piercing damage, which is then reduced to 1.
Okay, so 7. We'll just subtract that first. Right.
And that's another constitution save.
What number did I just say? 26?
I think so.
No, 27, because it was plus 1 piercing.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 78 minus 20, so 68, 58. Alright, and then poison. So that's
All right.
5 more, so 53. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, as a ton of snakes just start swarming all over you. They are physically climbing up and down your body.
Yep.
And these scaredy cats.
2 of which are restrained.
Yeah, they're just kind of wriggling around trying to get away. The 2 that are restrained are going to attempt to escape. Is that just a repeated strength saving throw?
Athletics check.
Okay. It's pretty much the same thing. So that's 1 fail,
No,
2
no.
fail. The one that is not restrained is going to go away from Kane very readily. And, how high up are you? Oh, no, nope, he's gonna go for Alaris. You're much closer and easier to reach.
Quick reminder, when it makes those athletics checks, it is a disadvantage because it's frightened.
Doesn't matter, but good to know.
Yep, that's the future.
Difficult
Alaris,
terrain
is
is
it-
okay with that?
Yeah, it didn't move far.
Alright, just make sure.
So,
And wisdom saves from those 3 snakes.
at the end of their turn, yes?
Yeah.
I'm waiting 1 second. Alaris, this is at disadvantage. It is an attack on you. That is a miss.
Yep.
And now they're gonna make their wisdom saves. 1. Fail, fail, fail. Okay, they're still frightened.
DC
Alaris.
17, baby!
What would you like to do? It's your turn.
It is my turn. I'm gonna aim for the things that are closest to me because I know that Calda has this garbage handled, and I don't know, maybe Kane's in a tough spot, but he'll get out of it probably. I trust my teammates.
Bold of you, too.
Sure, fuck it. I'm going to go for a heavy crossbow shot on the smaller of the snakes first.
Okay. Go for it. Dear God.
Can I
You
perhaps
explode,
Crit magnet today, my god, sir.
you explode its head.
Okay. Okay.
Intimidate
And-
be for you.
Yeah, it's a good day. And I'm gonna go for this boy right here.
Stack things up here. Go for it. while I move things to the side. That definitely hits.
And I'm gonna smite that.
12 piercing, 5 necrotic. Yay, resist none of that. And go ahead and smite. 26! Wow, okay. He is barely hanging on.
Does he get to double the smite? Oh, wait, no, that was not the crit.
That's
That's
not the crit.
Nope.
No. If I
He
did,
would
I
if it
would,
was,
but
but yeah.
I was like, could I?
Don't worry, Calder's coming up. We'll get a
That's
crit
what's
smite soon enough.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you
All right.
can't summon it like that.
Anything
Don't
else on
say
your
it.
turn?
I should get like Polearm Master next chance I get. Anyway. Uh.
Oh, you mean the bastard combo?
Yes.
okay.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Calder.
I don't know. Fucking hell. I don't know if it's the music or the snakes, but I think these snakes are about to have a very bad time right now.
Indeed, they are.
One on the one to my south. That fucking
Oh.
misses.
Oh no. That misses. Yep.
Uh, I'm gonna try and hit it again. The one to my southwest, the one to my left.
Oh,
that
okay.
hits.
Right. That definitely hits, and that takes it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just shwip.
The potion is, I don't know what it is. I just have it written as potion of bit. Bit
It's
enlarged.
Yep, it's enlarge.
Let's have some of that. Take a spit. Take a sip. I just. I'm gonna
Okay.
drink it. Is that a bonus action thing? Is that like?
Yeah, I'm allowing you to do a bonus action to drink a potion on you.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and pull up the enlarge reduce spell. It's not coming up. Okay, fine. I'm gonna pull it up here instead,
I'm putting
just
it
so
up.
that I can give you all the info.
Okay. I'm double.
Your size doubles in all dimensions. Unfortunately, that means you go from small to medium.
I'm a medium-sized creature.
Barely.
Barely.
Are you really considering
Uh,
me? I thought you're small.
I am considered small. I'm a medium-sized creature right now. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I just got turned to a medium-sized creature.
So, you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Yep.
Your weapons are also enlarged, and your attacks with them deal an extra 1d4 damage.
Normal-sized weapon.
Zelda is twice as tall, suddenly. All right.
Whole
anything else?
4.5 feet.
Hey, 5. It's 5 foot something.
My apologies. Need every bit you can get.
Fuck you.
I just had a terrible realization that Calda's probably now as tall as I am in real life, so
Let me do the math and I'll send it. I think so, though.
Also, consider the fact that her greatsword is probably already like disproportionate to her, so that greatsword is now absolutely massive.
Are,
Like, full
I'm
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Hey, this is a
like
nesting weapon.
berserk, yeah, I was gonna say
Real.
berserk or like
Sorry
crossbow
to
sword
say,
level.
I'm taller than you.
Large.
I'm 5'6".
Here's the thing. You're shorter than everyone else except for John, I think, still?
I'm 5'7".
I feel like an enlarged spell making you only slightly taller than Ariel is
I
more an
agree.
insult to Calda, but you know.
No, because Calder's a fictional character.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, stop roasting everyone.
terrible things are happening with trees. Remind me.
So
That snake isn't getting hit.
everyone.
That snake isn't getting hit. That one is.
The restrained boys definitely are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
Actually,
ones
do you
that I
auto fail
call
a dex save on restrain?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
With restrain?
Yeah.
No, I think you just have disadvantage because that's what I had.
All right.
Yeah, disadvantage. You auto fail on stun, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
stun.
So, these are dex saves against damage. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna do
roll
the restrained ones first because I'm gonna click disadvantage on. So, nope. And oh, surprising. And then that one up there fails. So the one furthest down here does not take the damage. 8 points on this guy, and on the one, yeah, the one in front of Alaris just died. just died of root.
Well, we know the root cause of murder. Sorry.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I don't think I have any trees.
It was a natural death. Died by natural causes.
Yeah. Okay, this one and this one have to make saves, but the ones right around Kane are also far enough from any trees that they don't come into effect, oddly.
Yep.
Alright, 2 swarms.
Oh well. With that guy to the
Maybe-
direct south.
Is it 10 feet?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that one's close enough. I'll do one more. Dexity. Alright, so, the ones closest to Kane both fail and take the 8. This one succeeds and does not. So, the 8 is actually halved, so 4. And I believe that's everything that's going to be affected in here by
Yep.
that. So,
For that, yes.
Still haven't taken action yet, have you?
Nope.
Nope. This is an awful spell, and I want to have a player with it, a player character with it, so that I can just use it, especially if Devin is DMing.
Yep.
That was all.
Alsana is just made to make Ariel cry. Next up, I am going to do another ice knife. This one
Okay.
at how are you on cold damage, Kane?
I take it fully.
Whatever.
I
it's fine.
only resist bludgeoning and piercing.
Okay. Piercing, you say? No, I'm kidding.
Feels a little bit unnecessary, but fair.
I was saying I could like do cold damage to literally everything around you if I threw it at the guy.
Oh, I'm
underneath
okay with
your
that.
feet.
If you because if you knock them all below half, they'll drop a damage dice.
You know what? That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm okay with taking damage.
I won't do it too high, and I'll scythe them if I can. So, this is going to be. Oh, I didn't mark off that 4th level. There we go. This one's only going to be at 2nd level.
Alright.
Eh,
Aiming for the one that's on Kane, and that
Yep.
definitely hits. So
That's
that one's hit.
impressive damage with those dice.
5 piercing. Oh my god.
3 ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
boys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay with that though, means I only take 3 damage.
Jesus.
Okay. Dexterity saving throws on. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swarms.
Is it not
Let's
8?
do this. Swarms.
Oh, swarms.
Yeah, one swarm is outside the 5 foot, and then I've
Okay,
got a poisonous snake to do. So, 1, 2, 3.
God damn.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense to high dexterity.
Yeah.
So the one on Kane himself just took 3.
Oh, I'm
Um,
going to go ahead and cite
nope.
that one.
Nope. Dear God, and the one below Kane just took 3.
I'm going to do the one on like at Kane's feet, just next to Jen.
Okay,
There we go.
there we go. Another 9 on that. Well done. That one is below the halfway point, so it's going to be diminished. And then one giant poisonous snake, there we go. Okay, he succeeds. All right, the ice knife explodes, and there is a sudden, follow-up explosion of various snakes as they swarm out of the way and then quickly recollect.
Alsana is sat up on her broom, kind of like waving her hands like she's conducting an orchestra. Just as the trees slap back and forth on the snakes, and then she'll just like flick a hand out and just ice will explode in one spot.
That's
the
the
only kind of metal
symbol.
that druids like.
Yep.
And I believe you've got percussion as your bonus action, so
that is the big drum. So that's going to be at the guy at the back who needs to hurry up and die. Advantage because he's still restrained.
hit
Nice boy.
I believe.
3d8.
3d8, I guess. 3d8.
All right, and he is dead. And I was gonna laugh cry so hard if you managed to roll below his current
How much
hit
do you
points.
have left?
He had 9.
Okay.
9.
Roll.
Ah.
If you had rolled like if you had rolled like a 7, a 1, and a 1.
As just this rock flies up and crunch, and the snake falls and drapes across the uppermost beam of the 3 great stones that mark the location of this shrine, which all of you guys can sense, by
I
the
was
way,
about to ask.
beneath the tumult.
All right, and at the end of my turn, I would like to pick this guy right here to make a strength save.
Okay, fun. That's gonna be hilarious.
He is
Yep.
restrained. Have fun, Galda.
It hit once.
All right. The giant poisonous snake's turns.
Float just over to
Hey.
here too. Just over by Lars.
Yeah, speaking of which, Elaris, you've got one squirming up on you. So, this one is on Elaris.
Yeah,
12 to hit.
that doesn't hit.
This one on Kane. 13 to hit.
Disadvantage. Either way, it doesn't. It misses.
No, it is not disadvantaged because this one is not frightened.
Oh, that one actually saved. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case,
one-
when it misses, I'm going to repost.
Okay.
That will
Aha.
be in mace form because I had to make it do the terrify.
Mhm.
And post.
All right, that hits. That does damage, and the riposte makes it just enough. As this snake darts forward, you draw back and just bring the mace around, boom, straight into the dirt. Now, Calda, the 2 on you, both frightened. One is frightened and restrained, so single
Advantage.
disadvantage for the one to the north. 13. Double disadvantage. It's gonna try 10.
That's the best.
They both miss. I believe at the end of their turn they can remake the wisdom save. Yes.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. Okay,
Oh,
the
that's-
one that is restrained is no longer
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
Go to something else now.
It's just like you're like, you know what? I'm not scared of this. I can do hate.
Kane.
You guys want to see the beauty that is I finally get 3 attacks per turn?
Yeah.
Alright, so which ones are currently half-sized? Can they be
One-
marked at all?
You know what? Sure, but one of them is going to be covered by your thing because
That's okay.
there's the one on you. I'll just move you over. There's the one next to you.
Okay.
Everyone else is at regular size, and I'm just going to reposition you between the 2 there. Okay?
Perfect. In that case, I'm going to aim for above first.
Okay.
So, advantage. Not advantage. Normal. God damn!
Critical
Alright,
miss.
second attack on that. Second attack on that one. That'll hit. And I'm going to drain life and heals half that HP.
Okay. Oh, that's a Constitution save. That'll be interesting. All right.
But the tables have turned.
Yeah, it fails.
So that's an additional 6 HP. Okay.
As it
And
takes-
is it half size yet?
Yes, it is.
Alright, in that case, to the right.
Okay. As
To the
you
right, to
drained
the-
life, a number of snakes just kind of withered on the ground like vines.
Alright.
Okay.
Snake
Okay,
jerky.
the hit.
Hit.
Alright, and I'll make that a sweeping attack. So, the one right here is going to take that additional damage -5 because I have strength on that for some reason.
Interesting. Okay. Original attack roll, definitely. Equivalent number you roll in the inferiority die. Okay. So another 12 reduced to 6.
Sorry, that should be a 7, not a 12. It's got my strength on there.
Okay.
Oh, you mean for the bludgeoning, sorry.
Yeah, the sweeping is
Yeah. The sweeping, I think, is untyped damaged.
it is the same type as what is dealt by the original attack. It says
Ah,
so
there we go,
specific
yes,
to the last
okay.
sentence. So it's 7 bludgeoning, which gets reduced to 4.
Bludgeoning gets reduced. Okay. In
Yep.
that case, instead of using
However,
both
it is
of
now at half.
Okay. And this one as well?
Nope. That one has barely been touched.
I got the original 12.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. In that case, I will take my bonus
Yep.
action on this turn to punch that one with the lantern shield.
Go for it. 14 just barely hits for 1 piercing damage as you kind of squish one snake.
Does it happen?
No.
Damn it, worth a shot. Okay. Alright, yeah, that will be all. It's a shame they missed that first attack. I have fun plan going.
Alright. So, this one is gonna have to dash in order to get up there, and let me get that out of the way. I just want
So
to get
many
that
snakes.
too. So many. I mean, my god. I know I did this, but my god. Anyhow, that one dashed to get up there, so it's not going to do anything. This one just slides in there. So 1, 2, 3 attacks with normal amount of damage on you, Kane.
Nope.
19.
That one
23.
went.
3. All right, so the 23 hits.
So
You
3
save.
and 7 is 10. Alright.
Okay, and then the ones with reduced damage. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss.
No. Damn it,
Yes.
yes.
Take the first die. That is a 2. Reduce it to half.
3
That's
plus
1.
5 is 8.
That was 1, 2, 3. Nope.
No.
And nope. Okay. They're
It's better than
slowing
last
down.
turn.
All right. I believe that's the end of their turn. This one giant snake is still restrained. He's
Yeah,
gonna
he
do.
is.
It's frightened. It's gonna do its best.
Disadvantage athletics.
I did hit saving throw, but it's the same number.
A disadvantage.
disadvantage,
She's friend.
Wait, are all ability checks at disadvantage?
Yep.
Ooh, interesting. Roll one
I
more
love
time.
frightened. Oh, come on.
No longer restrained.
All right.
But still frightened.
Yep, and it
Okay,
used
now
its
much
action.
closer.
Used its action to do that, and at that point, it's gonna start to. It's gonna skedaddle. It's disadvantage. Hold on, half movement. So that's 10. That's 20, and then it's free and clear and can go like a couple more.
Kane's
It's-
gonna yell to Lars, take that one out.
Skedaddling, and at the end of its turn, Wisdom
I
saving
have
throw.
an effective
Still
range
frightened.
of fuck. I can hit it.
Elaris.
As it's trying to flee, I will take a shot at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, crossbow expert means no disadvantage, so go for it.
Yeah.
Wait, John, is
That-
this the one next to you or the one that's fleeing?
The one that's fleeing.
Definitely hits and is enough. As
And then
just as its head reaches the water, you pin a crossbow bolt straight through its eyes.
And then I'm gonna whip around to the
Mhm.
snake behind me, and I'm going to hit it with heavy crossbow again.
The snake behind you shows no fear. It should. And yep, you blast that one away as well. As it rears up in front of you, the hiss suddenly cuts off with a thunk.
Pin it to a tree or something.
There's no tree immediately nearby, but it splooshes back into the water and just kind of
Yeah.
bobs there. Anything else?
Gonna head into the mainland.
Okay, you kind of splish, splish, splish. At one point, your foot kind of goes down a slightly deeper hole, and there's a splish, splish. But you are able to get out there.
Snake blood bath.
Anything else? You just
No, not
getting up
really.
there and you're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
just getting in mainland.
Calda. One
Currently
restrained,
free.
one frightened. Have fun.
Currently the same size as these snakes.
Mm-hmm. You're
To
looking
the fair
snake
warning, if I
now.
disappear, there is a thunderstorm outside, so it might be my internet dying.
Oh no.
I thought I
Wait,
heard a
there's one.
rumbling outside.
Oh yeah. North or south?
South because we're strange. Do I get it from the frightened one? No. That's
I don't think so. The frightened is disadvantage on the attack, so
what I was thinking. And 2. Okay.
hit and dead.
Okay, cool. Um,
You do so much damage that you just one shot these no problem. As long as
yeah.
you hit.
I don't
Pretty
think I
awesome.
haven't
Oh my
one
God.
shot at these.
Yep.
By the way, Calda, do you have the great weapon fighting
No.
style?
I don't have a feat.
You don't have a fighting style though?
Fighting style. I use defense.
Oh, defense. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I have the great weapon one. I don't think I need it.
Yeah, I was just curious because that means you can be doing even more damage.
That's why I went with great sword, not a great axe, because I didn't have that.
Okay.
Tongue click. I went over here. Kane, how are you feeling?
Pretty fucked up.
Uh, take 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 some D10 here. I go D10. Here you go. Take 9.
Tis much appreciated.
No problem. I'll
I'm
mark
now,
that off.
I'm now above 1/3 HP.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Remember, I can drop to once. I can drop to 1 HP for free once and get a free attack out of it.
I know. Just looking out for you.
Start of my turn. That guy
Yep.
and that guy.
And also the one in the middle, technically, because I just measured it.
Ah.
So the 3 at the bottom, they need to do dexterity saving throws.
They do.
So fail, success at this corner. All right, roll me my damage, please. 17 slashing damage, which 18 halved 9. All right, okay. There we go. That one is still above half, so action and bonus action and movement if we want.
Action. This guy over here. The one to the direct left of Kane.
Uh-huh.
Just going
Uh,
to.
Can I request you aim at this one? Just because this one's already halved.
You know what's an even better reduction of damage? Death.
Yes, but in case it misses.
They,
Just saying. If it's single target, just I request that they're halved, not killed.
eh.
Yeah.
Actually, Calda's over there. You know what? I can do one more AoE. Won't be too bad, I promise. First level,
I
ice
got-
knife.
I got enough HP, go for it.
Yep, bottom left.
Ice knife on the bottom left, so it affects top cane, the one on cane, and the one next to it. All right, 24 definitely hits. 8 piercing halved.
How much do I get from Calda? 4?
+4.
17. Ah, close enough.
Yep, yeah, you do take the 5 cold damage in that case, Kane, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of these need to do dexterity saving throws, so we'll just do it in the cube. So fail, success on Kane, fail, and success below Kane. So 5 cold.
That nat one. Throw a scythe on that.
Oh, okay. So the one to the south, right there in the corner, looking real empty. Still up though, and -5. There we go. Okay. There's a lot of like half-size swarms on and around Kane right now. There are 3 that are still full size, but none of them have been absolutely slaughtered to a snake. So
Top left, incoming rock.
top left, incoming rock. Okay. That hits.
3d6 or 8, I keep forgetting.
8.
3d8. 3d8.
Right.
Of natural ones, we really haven't been missing that much either.
Okay, 14 halved to 7. All right. It is not to half yet.
Alright.
Anything else?
She'll float over to on top of the boat. Still stay
Okay.
like about 15 feet in the air, 10 feet in
Yep.
the air.
All right. Kane, you are next.
Bonus action, I'm going to switch my weapon into a longsword. Flame tongue.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, aim at top left.
Got it. 15 hits. 10
Okay.
slashing. Half
right.
plus. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
13 overall. That one is now spot. Middle right.
Yep.
Right over here. Okay. That hits. 6 and 6 is 12.
South, that one. Again, -5, I apologize.
Which one? Oh,
To
yep.
the south
next
of that one.
Okay. So 8 damage, and then of course hits. So 4. Okay.
Yep. And bottom right is still full.
Yes.
Alright, and in that case, I will swing at that one to chop it down to size.
All right. So 6 plus 9 is 15.
Alright.
Okay. They are all unreduced, which is going to be fun for keeping track of this.
Half of it just need to make Aria's life easier.
Yeah.
And
Is it?
straight down,
Uh,
magic shield.
kind of start trying to bat the snakes off of your body with the lantern shield. It hits and does 1 piercing damage.
It's extra damage I will take. Actually, I couldn't have done that because I used my bonus action to switch to the longsword. Never mind.
You're right, you did. I lost track of that. Thank you.
That is okay. There's a lot to track for you.
Lantern shield, go home.
Lantern shield.
No, it is the most valuable weapon I have, and you know it.
Stop it!
We're
Alright,
undead.
and that.
You're undead.
Do I dare?
Would you rather
Just
the
walk
lantern
away?
shield or the staff?
I mean, do you wanna?
Why?
I'll wait if you want to declare your turn over. Conrad? Conrad?
Conrad.
Oh no. I think we might have lost him.
Thunder got him.
Oh, his
Thunder
power
God.
might have died.
Yep.
Let's assume Kane doesn't do the stupid thing.
Should I try and just call him?
Maybe. Just
Okay,
to-
give me a sec.
Okay.
Yep. Oh!
Oh. Is he back? Hello?
Conrad.
Conrad?
Conrad, if you can hear me, I'm gonna call you. Because we can't hear you, buddy.
No, I'm back now. Sorry.
Okay,
I was
good.
in the middle of reconnecting.
Ah.
Oh, thank
Oh
God.
yeah, that is all.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Some poisonous snakes have some decisions to make. Most of them are going to go for Kane because, you know, why stop?
Because they're already in his pants at this rate.
Is that a snake in your
Comfortably
pants?
so.
Gotta think about them.
However, there are a couple who might go for Calda, so I'm going to roll 2d2, and the 2 that are up there, 1 Kane, 2 Calda. All right, they're going to go Calda.
Kick my ass.
These 2 are on you. We'll do those first.
Miss.
Nope.
Hit.
Oh, all right. The piercing damage is actually going to be the first to die on there, so that's a 5
Okay,
piercing
so that's
damage.
2.
And go ahead and do a con save. Okay. You take half the poison damage.
Got it. Easy math.
Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on Kane.
For it. Fuck me up. Yes.
Hit. Pay attention to the first die there.
Yes. I'll just do all the math after.
3.
This. This.
Oh,
Hit. Damn it.
Ooh.
Hit.
all right.
Hit. Okay. But only the first die. Only the first die piercing each, right?
Yep.
Alright. So. Oh, they don't add dex to it. Okay.
No.
So yeah, that'll be 3 piercing, half to 1, plus.
Where'd you
If I
get
make
3
a save.
piercing on the first one?
I was looking at the 8. I apologize. The 18,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, 23
did I
to
pass
hit gives you. 1 second. 23 to hit gives you 6 piercing damage.
Have to.
No, wait, 4 piercing damage. My bad. Half to 2. So
Half to
2
2.
piercing.
Pass the poison, so that halves 2, right?
Yep.
Alright. 4.
I-
I'm scrolling
Uh,
back and forth and back and forth. And then
So-
the critical is a
4
6
plus-
plus a 3, so 9, half to 4, plus save for the poison.
Yeah. So 4 is 8. Let's see for poison. 16, so that's half. So that's 4. So
Yep.
it's 12 total. Piercing of the next one, it's 1, cannot be halved further, so it's a 13. And poison halved to 9. So 22.
Remember when you said reducing them all would made it easier? I don't believe that.
If it wasn't, I would be unconscious right now. So
I meant between that and killing them outright.
it does kind of. I thought the poison got halved too, but yeah,
Nope.
that's okay. On one of the ones that missed, pick one for me.
Let's go with the critical miss. So that was, let's see, 1, 2, 3 from the end, and I kind of went in order 1, 2, 3. It'll be this one in the corner.
All right, in that case, riposte.
Yep. All right, that's a hit. 7 slashing, have to. Yeah, it's dead.
All right.
as you scatter the last few serpents from that as they lash out at you very pathetically.
Sounds good.
All right, that was their turn. Elaris, it's yours.
All right, cool.
Little
All that's
snake
really
nest.
left is this sort of cluster here, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna fire into at these ones, I guess. Then
Okay, top middle or top left?
top middle
Sounds good.
for the first one. Okay, cool.
Okay. That's a hit. And let's see. 9 piercing halved, 2-5, plus 5 necrotic. Ooh, just barely enough.
Just barely enough to kill it.
Yep,
Cool.
it's dead.
Then the next one beside it.
Okay. That's another hit. 13 halved to 7 plus 5, also enough. Alright. As your 2 bolts fire out and actually pierce through like 5 snakes at a time, and there's this little of dark energy off of each bolt that withers and crawls its way through the remaining snakes in each swarm.
Shish kebab.
Anything else?
Gunstick.
No, that's about it.
Okay, Calda.
I'm really surprised no one made this joke, but Talda is gonna go right here.
God damn it.
I'm really surprised that joke was not made.
But you're just kind of average.
Shh, I'm tall and
Okay, but here's the thing. In that case, I'm gonna start calling Calda Smalda.
okay. This is to the one to the right,
Did you count do something and call her Smalda?
Indeed.
and
okay.
let me add that D4.
6 plus, dear God,
It's 24.
14.
Wait, there's halved.
Yeah. 6 and 6 is 12. 14 plus 4, 18. Ooh. Again,
Okay.
just a little over enough.
The one in Kane's pants.
Careful where you swing there.
I think I know where I'm swinging, little buddy.
I'm not saying you don't know where you're swinging. Just careful with your aim. I know your dexterity. It's not very high.
Hey.
I know your paladin mount.
9 plus 15. Okay, that one is dead as well.
Okay.
As you kind of delicately shave snakes off of Kane.
Shaving with a greatsword V2.
And then I'm gonna try and as Calden would have snuck through his legs. She's just gonna squish.
chance.
Now she has to go all the way around.
Yep.
I just imagine it's like bump. Oh wait.
You're just a bump. Oh fuck.
Accidental chest bump.
Yeah. And that's it.
Kane's gonna request of Alsana that he gets healing rather than damage this turn.
Alsana, what would you like to do?
Look to hit Kane with a rock now.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Guy in the bottom left needs to make a deck save.
That's right. Actually, the 2, because
I'm right.
I counted 10 feet.
Mhm.
All right, so 2 dex saves. Let me go ahead and get you those. Boop-a-doo. All right.
Fail success.
Fail
first
success.
guy.
First guy takes 13 halved because slashing damage. That's a 7. All right, it's still up. But there's
Alright.
1 snake.
Yep. She's going to go ahead and that's not quite far enough. She's going to just do a frostbite on the one in the bottom right.
Okay. That's a Constitution saving throw. They're terrible at those. All right, 9 cold damage. It's just frost crawls over the serpentine bodies, and they freeze in place and cease to move.
Bonus action to Kane.
Very much appreciated.
You know, you said bonus action to Kane, and I'm going, oh, you are doing the rock to his head. Okay.
Yeah, I was fully expecting that too.
Shit, I'm joking.
Healing word.
It's a
That's
fucking
nice.
brick joke, literally.
Kane, you heal 10 hit points.
Kane-
There's a glowing light of a rock that gets thrown at him and he feels better.
And you can still pick one of these to restrain, right?
Oh yes, my bad. And no, they're immune. Doesn't matter.
Oh, they're immune? Okay.
Unless you want me to restrain you, but
I mean, not yet. As
Okay.
Kane considers next time he does this, drink some anti-venom first. Kane is going to take a swing at the one directly to the left first.
All right. That hits, and that is enough.
All
As
right.
you take it out,
And second to
fire
the one below
spreading
him.
across him. Yep. Yeah, the one little snake didn't stand a chance
Yep.
Maybe.
with that.
And she just takes a deep breath and... Oh, thank God.
Oh wow. Beautiful.
What's funny is I actually have more HP than I did when I started my last turn. Because of the drain life and all that. Okay. Kane like, puts his sword into the ground like, oh. Well, that was some good wrestling.
So
That's what we
let's
do
see.
it here down to the swamp.
Asana, how long does this potion last?
she scratches the back of her head. Let me check my book.
Alright.
Because I honestly don't remember if it's 1 minute or 1 hour.
Neither do I.
If it's the spell, it's a minute.
1d4
Yeah,
hours.
Oh,
Uh,
damn.
Roll a d4, Calda.
Nice.
You're gonna be like this for 2 hours, but you don't know that at this point. You're just aware that you're big, and a minute passes, and you are not small again.
She looked at it and goes, it says here it can vary, but a minimum of an hour.
just wish I was taller than Kane.
He just grins and goes, oh, if you eat more vegetables, I'm sure you'll grow up big and strong like I will.
Kala punches him in the kneecaps.
Very fair.
She actually has to bend down to do that for once.
Oh yeah, she goes like, oh no, kick.
Alright.
Ooh, right in the squidgies.
Jeez.
Alsana's going to come and land down to here.
Okay.
She's gonna cut the puppeting strings of the Wrath of Nature.
And slowly, the very wild life that you created starts to subside.
She's gonna pat one of the trees like, thank you very much, dear. You are very deadly.
Kane's gonna kind of walk up behind the two of them and like, hold on, before you guys stay here for too long. He's gonna kind of kneel in front of the stones and just stay quiet for a minute.
Right. You do, and it's a soft, familiar feeling. Something that you now recognize as a shrine, but which you'd always encountered before as some sort of strengthening energy in the air itself.
Takes in a deep breath and just, as he stands up, just like, and I thank the land for giving me the strength to fight there. Okay, do what you want to do now.
I think the land was doing plenty of fighting on its own. She is going to.
That's why I thank it.
Alsana, is this the kind of like main shrine part?
Yeah.
Alright. Just gonna walk up to it. Can she. Actually, first she's going to, I think. You can ritual cast Detect Magic, right?
Yes.
I believe.
Yep. She will do that. And she's just going to basically try to see if there's anything weird going on here. See if she can root out anything that might have caused the snakes to be congregating so much.
All right. Detect magic. Could you give me a little click?
Do I have it on here? I don't.
If not,
Sorry.
I'll look it
I'll
up.
copy paste.
No, I'll click it. I have it.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right. Within 30 feet. Faint aura, visible creature or object. Obviously, all of you, but we're not gonna dwell on that. Penetrate most barriers. All right. You don't see the aura of magic, but you sense something about a foot down in the dirt, buried. Right at the center in the front of the shrine, right in front of you.
Hmm. There's something down there.
there's a strange feel to it. It's not quite like any other school of magic. There's a sort of draw. It's not quite evocation. It doesn't cause something as a like an elemental effect or healing. It's not quite. Um,
Conjuration.
it's not quite conjuration either, but it verges on that.
I mean, like,
It,
there's like conjure being, like woodland beings and stuff like that.
it's close. It verges on that, but it's not quite the same thing. There's this odd flavor to it.
Hmm.
But something is just under the earth, right there. And now that you can sense it, you can see where a patch of dirt was not very, very recently. It's not fresh, but had been disturbed.
Can that staff turn into a shovel?
No, but I also just have a shovel.
Dig right here.
Sure thing. He'll kind of just dust himself off, put the rod away, pull out his shovel, because I think I've used a shovel before. Pretty sure I have.
Yeah. It's doesn't require a check. You just dig, and the shovel hits something.
I'm just
Pull it
going to
up.
real quick swap over to detect good and evil.
As he's
Okay.
digging, just kind of ask me, should I be careful when I dig, or can I be rough with it?
Be err on the side of caution.
All right.
All right. Click of detect good and evil, please.
Copy and
Ooh,
paste.
that was a big one.
Okay.
All right. You don't sense any of those beings, except for the usual familiars. You do not sense anything magically consecrated or desecrated.
Not even the shrine.
Uh, the shrine isn't strictly speaking consecrated, but there is something about it that dances on the edge of that spell.
Okay, so it's
I was
more
about to say.
invigorating than holy.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's about it for that spell.
All right.
And this object that's being dug up doesn't seem to have any specific ties to any of those things, and is not itself consecrated or desecrated.
Oh, can we fully uncover it?
Yep, I just wanted to make sure you guys weren't gonna try to do anything else with it first. So, what is dug up and laid out on the dirt before you is what looks like a wooden object. Perhaps about small enough to carry easily, but large enough that it's not something that you would put easily into just. How do I put this? You can carry it in one hand, but one hand wouldn't encompass it. I'd say it's about.
It's able to be
Grab a
handled by one
ruler.
hand.
Yes. It is probably about 7 inches long.
Yeah. It's about half foot. Yeah.
It's like-
About
like
3
a-
to 4 inches wide.
Like a tall coffee mug or something?
It is a piece of solid wood carved into the likeness of a coiling snake.
All right. As long as good
Can I
cast
guess
identify.
this is from?
It is not hyper realistic as a carving. It is almost more symbolic, blocky. You've got chiseled out little arrow, almost arrow shapes to symbolize scales. You've got a couple of indents for eyes. The mouth is a gash across the face. It looks handmade. So you're casting Identify.
Yep.
This item is intended to attract serpents across a wide area, and it draws them in, and it causes them to stay there. This is what knotted up the smaller ones into swarms. This is what attracted larger ones from who knows where and how far. It doesn't seem to have any other purpose, though. You just set it down, and it works. I'll say that a person holding it can cause that magic to activate or deactivate, so you're not carrying a snake magnet permanently.
Kane is going to deactivate it kindly.
Yep. But you don't need to you don't need to keep holding it to keep it working. There is no time limit attached. You set it down and it runs.
Asana would like to, if she can, see if this matches with anything she might know about. Would this be is basically? Does it look like a religious thing with the carving, or is it a more of like just purely magical? Can she make any sense of like the, I guess, artistic style of it?
Um, go ahead
Shut
and
up.
make a history check.
All right, she'll guidance herself.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
21.
21. It is really rough. Again, handmade. It does not look like something that was created with any particular reverence in mind. Um, it is not sanded, it is not polished, it is not painted. Really, the only thing special about it is the fact that it is magical from what you are able to tell. Um, However, you think that you've seen pictures of slightly stylized, similarly proportioned, or at least posed serpent imagery and carvings before in some books um, about a kingdom far to the south, beyond the. Here, I'll go ahead and put you on the map so I can just kind of point.
Review
Far
on
to the
T,
south.
perhaps.
Um, if you follow the Heartbreak River further and further down, beyond Shen, past the dark hedges, even past where the redstone peaks taper off below the edge of this map, you would find the kingdom of Laris. And they do go in with a lot of snaky imagery.
Where did that trader say he was from?
Let me.
Far to the
Yeah.
south, he did not specify a actual location, but to the south.
And he really liked his wares.
And he was of a serpent blood. I didn't want to
Think
be
it could be-
assuming. I didn't want to think he was. He's our best suspect.
Ariel, is there a way to sort of. This is weird. To like tell how fresh that topsoil was that was shoveled on top, that buried the thing?
I'll say that's a survival check, as it's somewhat related to the idea of tracking.
Okay.
Calder's
I'm
getting
not
a
good
real
at it.
good look at it. Alsana's gonna tap her on the shoulder.
Thank you, I'm not good at this. I rolled a 6. I rolled an 8.
Yeah, you didn't really think to look at it until after Kane had already dug it back up. And you're kind of from a city, and this is a little outside of your usual area. You're not sure.
And return it.
Hey, Conrad.
Oh, Alsana's gonna make sure it's deactivated, and she's going to go. Kane, open the bag. I don't want this interacting with anything on this plane,
Just pass it over.
but I will be happy to shove it in that shopkeeper's face later and see his reaction.
The trader? Nice though, come on.
She rolls her eyes. He is from the south. This thing is very similar. If at the very least he's going to know something about it.
Kane's gonna just put the totem beneath her nose. Hey, please. And they're the best supply of any kind of exotic good in the marsh. Don't treat them too poorly.
And she
Unless
like
they have
knocks
something
it
to record.
away and just like, that's great and all. If he's causing trouble like this, it
Yes,
doesn't
if you
matter.
let me finish my sentence before you judge. Said unless he's the one causing it. If he's just related to the people, let's try to on the relaxations. Most likely this is just some influence on the other side.
Have you
We're
ever
trying
heard
to
of a
find-
prime suspect in your life, Kane?
Yes, and I know the prime suspect in this case is whoever's fucking with all the stuff on this side. Notice how every single one of the shrines we went to over the past 6 months, suddenly before the year when everything's supposed to go down, are a problem. Maybe the shrines are being manipulated by someone on the other side, not by the people who live here.
Oh, aren't you just a great theorist?
maybe in turn that could be manipulating people here. But either way, we should ask. Alsana, you're good at reading people. I'm good at intimidating people. We could try and just ask them. Just put it in front of them, see their reaction. Because if that was theirs, then they're probably the one who got rid of it.
She nods.
And considering how long we've known that person, if they did put it here, I doubt they knew what it did. But I understand your concern. Just please, let's not immediately jump to conclusions here.
And she rolls her eyes. You're jumping to the conclusion that he is innocent. I'm jumping to
No.
the conclusion that he isn't. Don't
I'll
think
remind you
you're
once more.
don't think you're
Them,
holier.
not he.
That's Blair. Sorry,
I know. I'm writing you. And
you're saying it in character. That's like, come on, dude.
just letting you know. I know. It's just my voice, dude. I can't change it. Not effectively. Miko's just innocent until proven guilty. Please, let's not make assumptions. Let's ask, like Calder says. Let's not go down the war path to start.
Right, but if you think we're going to be all sunshine and rainbows with it, and when actually trying to get information out of them, I think you have another thing coming.
I never expect you to be sunshine and rainbows. Don't delude yourself. You're gonna be your upset self like you always will, but let's not start with accusations. Let's start with questions. In the meantime, since we're already here, the snakes seem to be. Actually, would the snakes immediately try to flee now that the totem is gone, or no?
Good question. The snakes are no longer being attracted to the totem's location. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are repulsed.
Okay. So in that case, Kane's gonna go. Well, I would love to stay here and just enjoy this area. It's a rather calming place. I'd like to do a bit of sweeping between here and the town. The snake's gonna have to go somewhere, and I'd like to at least clear some of that.
Hopefully they won't be as angry anymore.
True, but there's still gonna be a nuisance and probably disrupt the natural order of things.
Yeah, we should probably clear them out real good.
Alsana, do you have anything to move invasive species? Is that a spell that druids have?
She looking just. Yes, no sunshine and rainbows, but you're that optimistic. I don't have anything that can move wide populations of creatures across a section of a map. No.
Do you have a ward? Place to like a spell? What I'm going for, because I don't know.
Do you have another
I don't
year?
know. Yeah, because I don't know if it's a druid
Yeah.
spell or not. Antipathy, sympathy, or something like that is what I'm thinking.
It's not a druid spell.
No.
I don't
No?
think.
Okay.
It is, but it's 8th level.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
it's a thick.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're
That's
you have
typical.
6 levels right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just something along those lines. Because I don't know what you have.
I don't have 8th level spells.
I know, but I'm sure there's other spells. Just the one I know. And he just instructs like, all right. Well, Alaris, you got your crossbow.
Yep.
I'm going to grab a large snake, tie it to the end of the boat, point to it, bait. Let's go.
Okay.
Actually, no. He wants to take a lot of the small snakes. He's going to tie a bunch of the small snakes to the end of the boat, because he's going to assume that they eat them whole. Just when snakes appear, he's going to ask Alaris to shoot them.
Okay.
And he'll take like a
Nice.
winding route back, so it's not the same path we just tread.
Alright. So, you begin your snaky search pattern. You take out quite a few, but you are not really ambushed or set upon the way you were on the way here. Snake here, a snake there. A couple of big ones.
Can also
But they're
do
no match for you guys.
check in with Commune with Nature, see how they're spread out now that it's removed.
Sure. The larger massing has been cleared out. There are spots here and there. There are tendrils still of greater concentrations of snakes, and you're able to steer Kane towards them as you just kind of clear the swamp a little bit. But as more and more time passes, as hours elapse while you do this, they do start to disperse more and more. Every time you check in, there's fewer of them, they're wider apart. until you reach a point where it's getting late. You might have enough time to get back to Morr before nightfall if you head back then, or you can try to find some place to camp in the swamp itself if you want to keep going. But you're at a point where you're at least fairly certain, given the events of several hours past, that they're going to fall apart a bit on their own. Some might wander into town in coming days, just by chance, but probably not as aggressively. Probably not in a desperate bid for space caused by overcrowding at that center point. So,
I assume this gets communicated to Kane.
Yep, she just relays to the party. I assumed as well because it was staged she was helping avoid or approach certain clusters.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure. Ken just kind of nods and says, alright. Well, in that case, probably going to be the last break we get for a while. If I'm not mistaken, after this one, we're... Whatever happens next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She nods.
So, you guys want to stay in the Morr Marsh? It's away from the hustle and bustle. It's peaceful. It might be the last chance we get for a while to properly rest. Outside of visiting your families, of course.
Yeah,
I'm okay
Ariel,
with whatever.
quick question just for future reference too. From Morr to Umbarion, how long is that trip?
from Morr to
It's like
Umbarion.
45 to 50.
Okay. A couple of days. Complicated a little bit by terrain, having to cross rivers and so forth.
If
Let's call it 2.5.
you guys want, I was planning to... I assume Alar's going to want to see his kid. I was planning for us to possibly teleport to Walton, and I grab my fucking boat. And then I come back down this way.
Sure.
Alsana puts a hand just...
See kid.
I do have a magic for the day. I do plan to or want to stop by Threshold. I have preparations to make. You probably won't see a whole bunch of me, but there's... I need to prepare us for what's coming.
We should probably stop home before this all starts.
Yeah. Join you in Threshold.
Yeah.
I'll join you guys from time to time, but we'll
I'll
probably be
join you, but I
Umbarion.
need to...
What do you need in Threshold, Kane?
It's easier to get to my boat.
Well, I
faster.
mean, no, I meant we can stop by and... heck, we could stop by, was it Utar?
He
Future
kind of...
Utar?
He tries to slide you like a significant glance that he's not saying everything.
What's your passive insight, Alsana?
Higher than whatever the fuck Kane has.
Yeah.
Fair. So, Alsana, whether you pick up on it or not is your personal choice in that case.
She gives a glance and just... Well, I can't plan things if not everything's known, but up to you. I believe we can make our way back, and you can find me later if you'd like to come with me to wherever we may be going.
Plan to go tonight?
She nods. I have the magic for it.
Alright. In that case, just give me a chance to make sure everyone knows it's okay back home.
Yeah.
I
If you guys are
assumed
going,
we were doing as much.
if you guys are going, I may join you if I should take a boat. Honestly, or to Walton, depending. It's a better walk than this.
You could potentially get get some sort of ship chartered from Threshold to Umbarion.
Oh, probably. I have the money for it.
I'm gonna be bringing the boat back. I'm gonna be heading by it.
Does your boat work in the middle of a large lake? Like the
No,
Maribor?
not this boat, but the boat we took up there, yeah. Don't you guys recall? The first thing we did, we went from Threshold to Utar on my boat. And I went to Threshold from here on that boat.
I tried my best to forget everything about you in that immediate time.
Huh. You say the nicest things.
It's a nice boat ride, honestly.
And plus, I'm gonna be honest, Calda, I wouldn't mind the extra pair of hands on the boat.
Oh, of course. And if you want to visit Umbarian too, doors open.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Uh, I've got a couple places I want to be before we do anything crazy.
Of course.
If you say it out loud, I might even be able to get you there quicker.
It's a bit of a individual thing. I promise you it's safer than the Howling Plain. Don't worry.
Right, but the location might help.
Threshold is fine. Come on, we're almost there.
You arrive back in the town of Morr. Quiet, peaceful in the evening. A few of the villagers are out. You see old Minna standing on a dock right alongside Harry. You see Tulloch and his oldest son, Toby. They wave to you.
Good evening.
Kind of waves
How
back.
went it? Tulloch calls out.
We found a source of an issue. Kind of messed up talisman at the whole area.
Bit of a snake magnet, that one. It should be safe, but I would give it at least a week.
Yeah, there's still gonna be a bunch of snakes around. They're not gonna disappear, but they're not gonna
Give
come
them
in.
time to disperse.
Should
They're not gonna
I
come in big
hold?
incursions.
Should I hold on to your? He hooks a thumb over his shoulder back at his shack.
Yeah, at least till the
lightning.
end of the month,
All right.
just in case. I'm not gonna be doing much till then. So
Well, we'll keep an eye on things.
to do.
You sticking around any amount of time?
A couple hours. I forget the name of the trader, but is the trader still around?
Julie? Nah, packed up and left about mid-afternoon.
Song like
Up-
leans to the group.
Upstream or downstream?
Downstream.
Upstream. All right. Remember where their next stop usually is?
Hmm.
I swear
Typically.
they've mentioned it before.
Typically about Shen. There's one or two villages along the way, but Shen's the big one.
All right. Might follow after them. I got a couple questions. I want to see if the snakes are still around the whole area, if it was just our town that got affected. So, we have to follow by.
All right.
Also,
Well-
whispers to the group, don't worry, I can find them.
Yeah, I know. Just give me a good excuse.
Well, it'll take
Make-
him a good few days at least to get down there with the stops he makes.
Yeah, that's true. I'll do I have to take a boat for another couple days?
He kind of gives you a slightly twisty face look. Does it have to be my boat? Didn't you borrow one from Finn?
Yeah, but even though I don't owe him anymore, I still feel like I do. How about this? He pulls out like whatever like snake head that he managed to keep or anything like that. And he goes, "It's a cool talisman."
Friggin' hell! What is
Oh.
that from?
These are the big ones. Don't worry, they're not poisonous anymore. Sorry, venomous.
Yeah, not sure we need that around, but
Also, they're not the biggest ones. Or at least they weren't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
you're kidding.
Kind of ruffles around inside of his bag, like, what about this? And he's gonna pull out the frost giant helmet.
Frankly, I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's a helmet for a giant, but it's also a really good pot.
So I get like grits teeth. That is something that could go really well in a bit of a museum.
Yeah, okay, I need something to remember all those fucking trips by. Fuck you.
Be like everyone else and just braid a bracelet or something.
No, last time I tried to carve a beach, made fun of me for it.
Okay, here's the thing. You borrow my boat, I'm not going out fishing. You got something
Yeah.
you can make up that for.
Probably? Hold on. Like, Ross is in his bag and whispers to us on, like, can you make food? Is that a thing?
She pinches the bridge of her nose. I couldn't cook.
No, but can you, like, it's not lack of ability to cook, it's lack of ingredients.
Alright, here's a deal for you. You can borrow my boat, but for every day you're borrowing it, not counting today, You have to stay 3 days with me and do nothing but fish.
As long as you're fine if it's like next month or later in the month.
Later in the month, maybe.
All right.
Asana is going to go find the town medic.
All right. Knock on the door and. Yeah, hello?
Hi there. We're
Oh,
back
hey.
from the snake expedition.
Sorry, who are you?
The friend of Kane.
Oh, Kane. Kane's friend. Okay, yeah.
She'll tick down a vial of the giant snake venom.
Looks at it, looks at you, looks at it.
This is the venom of one of those large snakes.
Oh.
If you're worth your salt, you should be able to make an anti-venom for your people.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Picks it up and starts looking at it in the light. Yeah, I could do that.
Nods. Well, consider it a gift then.
Thanks.
She walks out.
All right.
Kane's just gonna go around to each of the houses and just let everyone know the current situation, so there's no accidental telephone games going on.
All right. With the news duly spread, and Minna actually asks you, wait, you're only staying a few hours? It's nightfall, boy.
Yeah.
Where's your head?
I just handled like a couple dozen of those deadly snakes. I think I can handle them in the swamp at night.
Yeah, here's the thing. Couple dozen deadly snakes. They're trying to kill you. You're trying to kill them. It's pretty evenly matched as a
Distributed.
playing field.
Yeah.
The swamp at night is just you do one damn fool thing, and that's it. You're dead. And the later
on.
it gets, the more
Do-
foolish you get.
Have you known me to ever be a fool?
Every day.
In that case, the swamp has yet to take me, so I'm fine.
Sooner or later, your luck's gonna run out.
Of course. But until then, you're stuck with me.
Got my doubts about that. Now,
Don't worry, I won't be in your hair for too long. Do anything while I'm in the outside world? Any kind of, I don't know, gifts, fancy medications, orange?
no, we don't. Cinnamon! You hear
Cinnamon?
from Harry in the corner. Cinnamon. I had something with cinnamon a while ago. I have been wanting it for months. We haven't been able to get it. Julie couldn't get any. I want cinnamon.
In that case,
If
I'll
you
put
can get
cinnamon. If I get cinnamon, I get that in exchange of no nagging.
No nagging for me, and I'll talk to Mom.
Works for me. I'm just gonna look. You don't happen to know how much is like a reasonable amount of cinnamon, do you?
Minna kind of shrugs. Never cooked with it myself.
All right, I'll get
Harry
you
just
a.
says, like anything that has cinnamon in it.
No, I'll just get you some cinnamon. It's fine. I'll get you like a wineskin's worth probably. I want to go looking for it another time.
Well, I've got no idea how much that is, but okay.
Me either. I'm sure you can just like summon. It'll be fine, right? Like emergency rations.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, this baby cannot come soon enough.
You sure you don't want me to get you like a little gift for him? Her? Them?
We don't know yet.
No
I mean,
sagely wisdom from the old folks.
in this town, there's going to be sagely wisdom enough to go around.
Promise you're never gonna have to suffer any from me.
Oh, all the better. Though, seriously, Kane, if you go out and you die in the swamp and I have to name my baby after you in your honor and memory, I'm going to drag your ghost back and I'm going to kill you again, especially if it's a little baby girl.
Come on, it'll be a good name.
There's a laugh from like
It'll
3
haunt
houses
her
over.
forever.
He kind of smiles and says, "Hey, if you name it after me, what are you gonna name it?"
Ah, haven't really decided.
I'm gonna lean into her ear and just whisper, "Kane's not my real name." I'm gonna walk out.
Wait, what? No, Kane, you cannot leave
Goodbye.
us. Then
When I come back from the swamp at night in the deadly excursion, if I survive, you will find out my real name, dear.
Why would you do that?
there is a very pregnant lady kind of waddling after you, but she stops at the door frame and just stands there and yells after you.
Kicks kicks
I
the
just wave with a big grin on my face.
Kane, you rascal!
Look, I had to hide from some people. I may be a criminal. Don't worry about it. And he's gonna go find us. Like we need to go.
Also,
I have a very-
leans
I have
out the window, hearing everything. Like, what are you doing? Why
I have
is
an
lady
I have an
Yeah.
angry pregnant lady after me. We need to go.
What did you
Why-
do to her?
You do
I told her
that.
my name wasn't actually Kane.
Oh, did you tell her what it was?
Yeah.
Insight check.
Roll
Alright.
deception.
Are you sure? Yeah, insight check as well.
Fuck yourself.
Roll deception. Oh god.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
God. All right, if you told her, then
This
I
is
don't
the
know.
one lie I get to keep for this game. Okay.
Cry. Fuck.
Ah!
I didn't
This
care.
was meant to be, you motherfuckers.
Oh, so everyone knows your name is Good.
Yes. Let's go.
Everyone knows that, yes?
Yes. Let's go. Well, not everyone. I haven't told the old one yet.
Oh, I'll go tell her.
No, not her. The what's it called? The healer.
Oh, okay. And she walks over to the healer's hut.
Yeah, hello?
Hey, excuse me again. Did you know Kane's not really his real name?
No? Of course not. What are you talking about? Kane is Kane.
Did you forget again?
Oh, it's not his birth name. How about that?
Still his name.
And she shrugs.
Not convincing him. That's okay. I prefer Kane anyways. Can we go chase after that snake you want to chase after now?
She looks over. You're... What is... Whatever.
Look, I don't get to mess with them off and let me have my dramatic exit.
You're still in the doorframe. Saying
From
this.
the village. He's not remembering.
You're terrible. No, I don't think I will let you have that.
Okay, can we still go anyways? I don't want to be in the swamp too late if I don't have to.
Do you want me to give? Do you want to give me time to look in on him or what? She's walking away at this point. Of the,
Can you not do it? Can you not do it from the boat?
I'd have to prepare it first. I need a day.
Oh, you need a full day. Shit.
I needed to at least sleep tonight. Get it done
Oh,
in the morning.
Wasn't aware of that. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just... I sigh and I walk back over to the hut like, okay, fine, you convinced me. I'm not gonna go out at night.
Good! We're talking in the morning!
When she says good, he like almost jumps, but I was like, oh wait, it's just a no.
She gets that pretty easily.
And he's just like, I apparently
Also-
need to wait till morning anyways.
Also leans in. So, what do you need to talk
No,
about?
fuck you, let me have this one deception check. I only get one this whole goddamn campaign. I have a charisma +1.
Deception doesn't mean you convince her. Deception means you give no hints.
Give him this.
Give me this one thing, man. Come on. You ruined all of my deception checks.
Alright.
Let me mess with my hometown.
Alright, post game's gonna be hell for you.
Works for me.
Ooh.
So, with that, you guys are taking a rest in Kane's hut, in Kane's home.
Yep.
And in the
Yep.
morning, there's going to be scrying and pursuit by boat.
Slowest pursuit you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. The opposite of a high-speed chase in every aspect.
Yeah.
So,
He's actually gonna give Calda basic pointers on how to punt. And then give her the 10-foot pole he has, the metal one.
Oh, I get to punt.
Yeah, try not to fall in, please.
I don't give you any promises.
I don't expect you to. You're gonna fall in at least once, but just try not to.
I can teleport. Fine.
Do you
Right.
want walk on water? I can give you walk on water.
Maybe when we do it.
Yeah, when we go. If you got the magic.
alright, with that, the second day of Storm Swell comes to a close,
Alright.
and soon the third will dawn, but we'll get to that next week, as this seems a good enough spot to leave off.
so?
Scene. Yeah.
All
Uh,
right.
We murdered some steaks.
Oh,
Yeah. That was awesome.
I like to imagine just how
Glad
many
you
fucking
enjoyed
like bites and blood Kane was covered in by the end of that.
Uh,
God, yeah, he was in a circle of them.
Kane is
Meanwhile,
a kid pricks.
Alsana was floating in the air with like legs crossed, sat on the broom, like with hands waving, like she's doing a symphony.
Oh, see, if Kane had enough attention to pay to her, he would have looked at her and made a joke about like, you don't want to play music like that, but you want to orchestrate anyways.
I felt a little bit powerful one shotting those tiny guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt
A
equally
little bit.
powerful doing the same thing.
Part of me sad no one got a crit on that one restrained guy, but oh well.
I was going for him right then, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then
You only get one shot with it.
He started
Yeah.
running, and then Alaris was like, I got this. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, probably should end
Even
the
with double
recording.
advantage, it's only
Oh,
fair.
the recording's not done. Okay.
Yeah, no.
I was wondering.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, until next time.
Bye-bye.
Until next time.
I'm gonna